hit start? We just got ping cord saying we went live. Ping cord just said we went live. I mean, I got the from Waverly server saying we're live. Good. Okay, roll the intro.
There we go. Okay, rolling intro.
The kingdoms of Odysseum have been striving to gain power over one another for centuries. There have been wars, treaties, despair for some, and prosperity for many. With the lands of Odysseum almost entirely claimed, it seemed another war was on the horizon. That was until a Belle Terre ship, once thought to have been lost, returned to port. Its captain and crew, alive and well, gave news that a storm had blown them off course and that they had discovered a new land. The captain would go on to assure that this land was no mere island, but a massive continent. He said they had sailed its coast for 2 weeks before having to stop in fear of running out of rations. They used the stars to sail home. The journey, a mere 3 months. This news spread like wildfire across Odysseum. Every kingdom and guild now had their minds set on this new land that the king and queen of Belle Terre had dubbed Avaralos, a word meaning new beginning in their language. A deal was made between Diamánti and Belle Terre. Diamánti, being landlocked, had no chance of reaching this new land, and Belle Terre, a longtime ally of theirs, agreed to a joint expedition funded by Diamánti to launch from the port of Belle Terre. Now, as ships set off, the world enters a new era, an era of exploration and adventure, an era of colonization and manifest destiny, the era of discovery. Yet I leave you with this warning. Not all who travel to Avaralos will live to tell their tale. The dangers that will befall you there are countless, and its mysteries abundant. They will tell you to leave no stone unturned, but maybe there are stones no mortal is meant to touch. Maybe this land is not yours to trample about. Maybe this land was forgotten for a reason.
Britannia's not fun. Anyone that sits here and unironically has fun with Britannia, you're a psychopath. You're a psychopath and fucking wild. You also like fucking Harry Potter.
I set up an automatic mana system with the explosion flower. It was amazing. It was my favorite thing I set
up.
did.
I
then
set up a.
Stopped getting on that server.
I fucking set up an automatic magic farm without blowing up shit because I'm cool.
Well, no, the reason why I did the explosion flower is because the explosion flower gives out the most mana output.
All I'm saying is I can sit in a crafting table or put down blocks, or I can go farm fucking flowers for 2 hours and then be able to play the mod finally, and then after that look up 20 tutorials how to do things, because the Britannia book doesn't tell you how to do shit!
Yes, it does.
It tells you how to do basic stuff. No, it tells you how to do basic things, not how to set up all these complex farms that have to be in these exact spaces.
Farms are generally, like, you have to figure it out. That's why I look up YouTube tutorials. YouTube tutorials are literally the best thing.
Okay, but I can
do it yourself.
I can remember the concept of a basic create farm compared to everything else. Yes, the intro's finished. We can fucking start. What characters are we on right now?
You're in the town.
I didn't stutter.
The answer is yes.
Welcome back. We're super delayed.
We're gonna decide it later.
Laying out with all 24 characters on the layout.
Fuck you. Eat my ass.
That's Abby's job.
No, wait, you don't have to put Volta or Nala.
I'm
You
not
have
going
to
to
put
bother
Gumball around there,
recapping
too.
last session since we're so behind. But this is the day after Nala and Volta's wedding.
It was
They
very
have
nice.
Left, and the town. I believe it, 12th, and we are nearing the new year. The town is gearing up for a New Year's feast and festival. And none of the guilds or so seem to be putting out any missions as we've neared such a important milestone.
Ah, they're bitches.
I have a question. Is the one set up for the Great Jaggy Hunt though?
So we could do that as it already happened, or you can actually go out and do it. Whatever you want to do, because I figured that from my understanding, you were having Rory set that up while everyone else was gone.
Yeah.
So yes, that would have happened already, and we
Okay.
can talk about that in a bit. But you would have helped organize a Jaggy hunt. But yeah, talk about that in a bit.
I think Lexi was saying earlier that Aranya wanted to do something.
Yeah, no, Aranya was. I remember what Lexi. For now, how are you guys spending your last 2 weeks of the year?
Black is currently still trying to finish and complete a little device that puts up the oh god, what was it? Liamon's tiny hut. That's what I've been trying to spend my downtime on.
Do you have that spell, or you're just trying to make an item that casts that spell?
I'm trying to make an item that casts that spell, or you press a button and it just puts up a dome for 8 hours.
You might need to reach out to Dane.
Okay.
Because
probably-
the mechanical aspect, I would say you've gotten, but it is the enchantment aspect that you're lacking on.
I
You
will
do not specialize in enchantment.
I will do that then and see if what free time he has.
Jigna would probably be helping around town as much as possible.
Okay.
Little odds and end jobs, trying to she wants to find her place in the town, but she hasn't found it just yet.
Anyone else?
Rory would probably be continuing just making booze, which we haven't talked about that either. Husker would probably introduce himself to the town guard. Maybe try to get a job there.
That does bring up a point I needed to make. In these next 2 weeks, there is a little spike in theft and petty crime.
Why?
Alright, so I know what Clank's doing for 2 weeks.
This town has 2 guards.
Alright, so Clank's gonna put himself up to become a town guard.
Niran would probably step forward to help as well.
I'll do it.
Oh no.
I'm already associated with the law.
Crime rate drops to 0. 2 barbarians and the owl rogue appear.
Oh, and the assassins.
2 rogue assassins.
Now, the question
man.
is, did they deter the crime, or did the people committing the crime just become the town guard? That's the
Yes.
question.
That's
In
that's
Front's
great.
Case, yes.
Yes.
In Nirin and Husker's case, that's above your pay grade.
The answer may surprise you.
Doctors hate it.
I'm gonna give Austin
God damn
access to the bunny sheet.
Oh yeah. Frey has been back for all of 1 day and has
Hold
been
on, I'll
doing,
do it back.
or sorry, for like 4 days now, and has been swamped in paperwork.
A little bit. Where's the in my list?
Has anyone taken out the mayor yet?
No.
What do you mean by taken out?
He looks like he deserves ice cream. And that's exactly the way Niren would put it if someone had overheard him.
To Lexi.
I
Oops,
see.
let me ungive it to Lexi.
As I'm
and give
sitting
it to
here eating a
Austin.
bowl of ice cream.
If you want some ice cream, delicious bowl of ice cream.
There we
The
go. You
rabbits,
have
Vinny,
access
look at
to
the
Frey.
rabbits.
No.
He likes honey so much,
flowers.
I was just gonna show him the flowers.
Understandable.
I was gonna take him to a butterfly farm.
I want Dane, Finyor, Frey, Frud, Jigna, and Rory to make me perception checks.
Perception check from Frey. That's gonna be fun.
Not good.
Also, I'm pretty sure I have a feat that lets me see far away. Would I get advantage because of that?
This is
Wait,
more
what's being
noticing
rolled?
a perception. I want one from Jigna.
Oh, okay.
This is more noticing a behavior.
Behave.
Look, Fenrir just notices everything around town. Whether he comments on it or not is different.
What did Frey roll?
13.
Damn, what the hell?
Fenrir rolled a 24.
Well, at least Fenyor sees.
All right. Finyor and Jigna. Both of you over these next 2 weeks would notice one of the newer arrivals, a elderly gnomish man, balding, but wears a hat to cover it, tiny glasses for his tiny eyes, grayed facial hair, silk robes, and on multiple occasions you two notice him making his way around the town and taking notes. Like you saw him one day taking notes at the fields, and then at the tavern, and then at the storehouse, the adventurers section. He just seems to be taking notes of everywhere around town.
Jigna would walk up behind him and tug on his clothes. She'd be like, "What are you doing?"
How tall is Jigna?
Oh wait, he's gnomish. Never mind. She's taller
Yeah.
than he is.
Yeah.
So she'd walk up to him and lean over and tap on his shoulder, and she'd be like, "What you doing?"
He would jump and look back at you, closing his book, and go blink at you a few times and go, "My work."
And what's
Excuse
your
me.
work?
Excuse me, young man, and he'll walk away.
Jigna will huff and she'll look down. The first thing she does is looks down at her chest and goes, "Young man."
I assumed that Jigna was fucking flat chested to hell. I'm sorry, Lexi.
I am base race elf, and I am an adult.
Right, so flat chested.
No, fantasy elf.
I didn't stutter.
Anime elf.
Didn't stutter.
They're extra jiggly.
No, not in my head
Anyways,
cannon.
Fenyor, if he noticed either this interaction or just along the other ones, at one point would try and like track down the man and just howdy. I don't think I caught your name. My name is Fenyor. How are you doing today?
And are you approaching him while he's taking notes on something, or are you finding him?
I'll find him not specifically when he's taking his notes because obviously he's been spooked about doing it, and so I'll find him at a different time. Probably like near a meal time, so he has an excuse to be there.
Okay.
I got a
So-
question. Did
Mhm.
Husker notice this guy?
I didn't call Husker because Husker is specifically new to the
Alright,
town.
I was on the phone, so I didn't catch that.
Yeah. This if you were local, you probably would have saw this odd behavior, but because you're new here, you don't know that this is out of the ordinary.
Gotcha.
Well, as you interrupt his meal, he's currently picking away at a ration, very peeved, and he'll look to you and go,
Why a ration?
"Well, I'm sorry, not a ration, but one of the field kitchen meals, which
Okay.
aren't the best. They're
Well,
still it's a free meal, so
Yeah.
it's free meal quality. It's soup kitchen food.
Yeah. I was just confused why rations. We're not giving out rations anymore.
And my name is Everend. Now, if you excuse me, I'm eating my. And he'll look down at the food. Meal.
Yeah, they're not the best things, but they'll keep you up and like. You know, if you were willing to just entertain an old man, buy you a beer.
Prefer wine. And this town has a great lack of that.
Jigna's crying in the corner,
Fenyor will
nursing her soup.
Fenyor will like take a seat at the table and rubbing his beer and goes, they are lacking that. They're trying. Still a little slow going though. I
Can I
assume.
help you?
Actually, yeah. I noticed you were around, and I was interested in what your work was. Seen you taking notes all over the place. Are you trying to help us, fix up this rickety old town?
Yes. That is what I'm doing.
Van, you start introducing something like Jojo Mart, and I swear I will light it on fire.
No, not Jojo Mart. No.
If
That
there's a
was Frank's
pager,
time. Sorry, hold on.
if there's a pager, I'm gonna destroy the bastard that pages me. I'm gonna fight somebody.
Fenyor doesn't really recognize things.
Mm-mm. He seems. That seems to be true.
He shrugs and, well, then maybe you could help me. I'm thinking about expanding some things. I got a deal with a guild over on the mainland, but it's only on one of my crops. What do you specialize in? Crops, architecture, what?
Numbers.
So, like, taxes and the thing.
Yes, you could say that.
When Frud
Any
hears the word
recommendations for an old
taxes.
farmer? Maybe make a quick buck or two?
Now, hear me out, Fenyor. Have you tried tax evasion?
seeing how I do not know what you produce, Mr. Finjor, I can't help you entirely.
You've been all around town and you don't know what I do. Surprised, but well, I might be able to help you there. I help produce honey. I do eggs and the like, and even some fertilizing crops.
And are you the one to own the hive boxes, and they are not owned by the town? Am I to take that as correct?
Fenrir kind of pauses and goes, I do.
He'll open his book and he'll scratch something out and write something in.
With that, hold on.
And
What did he just
also-
write down on his notes?
You can make a find detail. Well, you're sitting across from him,
That's
so
fine, but
you can't
I can
see
still-
into the book.
He didn't set it on the table to write down.
No. He's holding it in one hand and writing with the other. He didn't set it flat on the table.
Okay.
I'll let you make a perception check to see if you can watch the quill. To kind of all right.
25.
He crossed something out, and from context clues, he probably was correcting a note he had taken on who owned the honey manufacturing process. Words you pick up, probably privately owned is probably the
Yeah.
set of word you pick up on.
Fenrir, while he's writing, will like eat a little bit to kind of just distract himself while he's paying attention, and then So, any tips for an old man then?
I don't know much about beekeeping.
No, you said you're a numbers man.
Indeed.
Well, I do make sales and the like. Anything you could help me with there? Or are you counting on other things, people and the like in town?
If you wish for me to act as your accountant, I assume we can arrange something. I can do your books for you if need be.
That
If you
sounds
are
mighty tempting.
Working with the conclave, you will need one. But that is to be discussed on a later date. I need to finish one set of bookkeeping before I start another.
Ah, so you're counting on things for somebody else then? Fenrir
Yes.
nods.
Yes, I am indeed.
Can I
Hey.
roll a check to see if Jigna notices what's going on? Because she would also be outside eating, or wherever eating.
Oh, question: Would Jigna eat from the field kitchen, or would Jigna buy noodles?
She'd probably switch off. It depends on how much money she has.
Mm. You could be here if you want. What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to hear parts of the conversation to
Sure.
see.
Fenrir kind of mulls over his answer and then goes, well, if you need anything, couldn't you just ask the town itself? I assume we got records of that in the mayor's office.
Can I use my passive perception instead of my roll?
Sure.
It's a 12.
I find the data I can see with my eyes to be the most prevalent and doesn't have any chance of being outdated.
Fenrir nods. I do like a man who's willing to put the hard work in. Well, if you need any help, I'll be more than happy to help you with at least my properties and the like. I know it's not a large town by any means, but Lots of people keep getting in on boats, so it makes it confusing to keep track of everyone.
Indeed. You'll have to start performing a census.
He'll kind of furrow his brow. Now, what's a census?
A census is a governmental head count. You count how many people there are, how many women, how many men, how many children, what they do, how much they make, if any of them are pregnant, and then you can project and see how things will grow. See how the economy is doing. Many things can be learned from numbers.
It reminds me of, keeping track of how many queens you got in the hive, making sure they don't get overfilled and the like.
Indeed, I would assume so. It has been very interesting talking to you, Mr. Finjor. I will be on my way, though.
As you will. If you need anything, you can always come visit me. As I said, I do enjoy helping out the little and hard-working men.
Who the hell was this again, by the way?
This is a small, elderly, gnomish old man. Everend.
Competition.
Who claims to be basically a person doing a census on us. But not just a census on the people. He seems to be taking a census on buildings, jobs, who does what, and he's working for somebody else first before he's able to work for the town, and or as an accountant for anybody.
Well, that doesn't sound sus at all.
So, Fenrir's basically pieced together that he's probably over here from the mainland, doing a census to see projection-wise whether we're going to be invaded, or not necessarily invaded, what our production will be like, and as an asset or negative to the mainland, on whether they're going to pull support and or offer more, etc., etc. At least that's what Fenrir's pieced together. It could be very well a different thing, but he didn't roll high on his insight. Fenrir will nod and say, well, I'll see you later then. Go and finish this meal, and I gotta get back out into working.
Good day to you, Mr. Finjor.
Can Jigna follow him? In
Sure.
attempt to be stealthy.
Sure, roll stealth.
I hope it's another one. So bad.
I'm trying to decide if being stealthy or just simply following him without trying to act like she's being stealthy is gonna work best.
No, I want you to know I'm picturing it's the meme template of the anime girl, and it's the small boy, and he's running faster and faster each time.
So, like, she's not gonna act like she's sneaking around, but she's gonna, like, follow at a distance and try to find something to do every time he stops, but stay close enough to watch.
That's a stealth check.
Damn.
That's a stealth check.
Oh, Jigna, don't fail me now.
The opposite.
Damn.
So you do follow him from the field kitchen, and he does look over his shoulder a few times as he walks, checks his surroundings, makes a few notes on the way, but he does walk into the town hall. Sydney, why are you making noises at me? Stop making noises at me. You don't normally do that. You're making really weird noises.
Thunder.
Jigna will sneak in behind him quietly.
Okay. He would. So you sneak in behind him quietly, and then he makes an immediate left to enter the door to his left, and he'll see you through his peripheral.
Do you know if Mayor Frey is in?
I believe he is. in Hummock's office helping him with the paperwork.
Okay, thank you. And she'll
he'll-
go. She'll start walking towards his office.
Okay, he'll step into the door to his left and close it behind him.
Are there any windows leading into this door to the left?
Not from the inside.
But from the outside.
Let me look. I have a map for the town hall. There is one window peering in from the front side.
Jigna will go back out and then try to peek through the window.
Your view is met by the back of a very large elephant man that sits in this office pretty much every day and takes up majority of the space in the desk area, so you can't really see anything past his back.
Okay, can she go back in and then like stick her ear up to the door to try to hear through it?
Roll me a stealth check.
God,
Duality of man.
How see, Lexi, the dice giveth and the dice taketh.
You know, I did say it, but I don't regret it.
The door wasn't shut all the way when she goes to lean against it.
No, I feel like you go to lean against it, but you lean against it too hard, and as a slime, you kind of like slide through the keyhole and end up partway in the room. And you just catch the stares of the elephant man and everyone, who both look at you and go. Everyone goes, "May I help you, young man?"
And she's gonna pull herself back through the keyhole and then open the door, and she'll just look up at the elephant and she'll be like, are you gonna defend my gender or something? At least be polite, be like, I believe that's a young woman. But she's just gonna look at him. She goes, I'm not a young man.
Huh? He'll get his spectacles off his face and he'll wipe them off, put them back on. Look at those bazongas! No. I'll go, you are. I apologize, young woman. And he'll open the book and he'll make a correction somewhere.
That's kind of creepy, you know. You taking notes on everyone and everything around this town? And
it's my job.
And she'll look towards the elephant.
It's kind of creepy that you're peering in on a meeting between two leaders of the town government.
If I knew you were part of the town government, it wouldn't have been so creepy, but I've never seen you before.
I only recently arrived.
Don't you think you should have introduced yourself to everybody before you went peering into their businesses?
I plan to, but in my line of business, when people know who I am, they tend to not act like themselves. And I'd like to meet everyone as themselves and not a front.
She'll cross her arms across her chest. She'll be like, well, you know, places have been getting broken into, and sneaking around like that only makes you look suspicious. And she'll huff.
Says the one that was sneaking around looking suspicious.
And she'll frown and she'll be like, it wasn't the same. I was following you.
You'll hear the elephant speak up. Excuse me, Lady Jigna. This was a private meeting. If you need to see me, come back in an hour or so.
And she'll huff and she'll say, well, the least he can do is have something a little more official to say when he gets caught snooping around. And maybe not stand outside the brothel for so long. She kind of fibs a little bit and then turns on her heel.
The door will close behind you. Do you stay?
No, she's been caught.
Mm.
She'll huff and then she'll go find Frey.
All right, so you walk down the hall and you enter the office with Frey
Frey
and Humwick.
doing so much paperwork while Humwick eating honey in the corner.
Can I roll an intelligence check?
I would say Humwick probably isn't eating honey right now. Humwick is probably trying to stack papers in like the house of cards, make a house of cards out of pieces of paper as he's gotten distracted.
I see. So effectively still fucking useless.
Yes.
Mr. Humwick, don't do that. You'll get Frey's papers all out of order.
Frey, deep in his writing, goes, "What?"
She'll point at Humwick.
At that
has been made.
At that moment, the house of paper just kind of collapses.
This fucking idiot.
Hi, Ninja.
Oh my god.
Frey gives Humwick
It's
a
Nimba.
stare. And then turns over to Jigna.
Mr. Frey, I've determined that the typical House of Cards construction method should not be used upon creating any of our buildings. It seems very unstable.
I am very glad that you came to that conclusion, Humwick. Thank you for your input.
Man, by that logic, we shouldn't have wood.
Turns to Jigna. Frey looks like he hasn't slept in a week, but he's probably slept every day.
He's going through what I go through on a daily basis. Yes, I've slept. It hasn't been enough.
The power of sleep deprivation. Yes.
Jigna kind of looks at Humwick and she goes, "Why don't you just order a pack of cards from the mainland or ask someone around here to make you some?"
Sorry, I just need to say this. The moment I finished that sentence, Fiery in another group chat of ours said "fuck sleep, I game." The moment I finished my sentence.
Are you this
It
idiot?
was too much time. It was too good timing.
Listen, Fiery works too much to sleep.
He does, and he's gonna get burnt out quick. Fiery, if you're
Yeah.
listening, go the fuck to sleep, you overworked redneck.
He's not. He's not. You think he watches these streams? No, fuck, he doesn't watch these goddamn streams.
There's no way he would have known what Ninja said if he wasn't watching.
No, apparently there was a conversation going on earlier about sleep, and I think that's when he finally tuned back into it. But it was just really good timing.
Somebody should
Humwick will just look at you and blink twice.
Once for each eye,
Yeah,
separately.
Separately with each eye.
Like a freaking lizard.
And she'll just kind of nod with like a uh-huh. And then turn towards Frey. She'll be like, "Frey, there's a creepy old gnome that works here, and I don't like him one bit."
Do I know who this creepy old gnome is?
Yeah, you do. He was sent over from the mainland, and you would know him as Everwind, and he is an auditor.
Okay.
I'm getting audited by the IRS.
He called me a boy for the first half of the day and then cleaned off his glasses and fixed itself, but he takes notes in this little book and he keeps peeking into businesses and sneaking around, and when I followed him, he told me I was creepy.
You wouldn't know the entire reason he's here. You just know his credentials check out.
Okay. Frey will look at Humwick and go, Please do not make cards out of my papers, and we'll walk Jigna out of the room. I assume Jigna's taller than
How
Frey.
tall is Bunny Boy?
Frey's like 5'5" or 5'7", somewhere 5'8".
5'8".
You and Jigna are the same height.
Okay, so I look Jigna in the eye, right? Frey looks Jigna in the eye, and he's like, he came from the mainland. I don't know exactly why he's here, but he's an auditor. His name is Everwind. I'm also trying to figure out why he's here.
Apparently, he's here to be creepy.
Frey kind of laughs. I'm sorry he mistook you for a boy. I've also been mistaken for a girl several times. He thinks back to the captain.
It's because your hair is so
So is Nala.
pretty.
Joke's on you. I'm into that
True.
shit.
Nala's never been mistaken
Nala
for
got
a girl.
No, the captain called Nala little lady at least twice.
No?
Yeah,
No.
The joke with the captain is at the very beginning he called everyone little lady that he spoke with. So yes, he called Nala little lady. I remember.
He probably did it once, and then Nala said no.
It probably happened, and Austin didn't even recognize it, so Nala didn't recognize it at all.
Frey would laugh and go, I'm glad you enjoy my hair. He like he like weirdly touches his hair, like it's not. Frey doesn't do anything with his hair anymore. I'm pretty sure Jigna would have been around when he had his hair up before, but now he just keeps it down.
And she'll sigh and she'll say, I just wonder what he's written down in there, because we got a really good city, and I don't like him coming in and taking notes like he knows everything.
Frey nods. I understand why you're worried, but I think it'll be alright. If anything bad does happen, I will let you know. He gives her a thumbs up.
She'll nod a little bit and sigh. She'll be like, "Do you know what jobs are gonna be posted for tomorrow that need help?"
Jobs?
Woodworking. Vinny, correct me if I'm wrong. If I just made up a memory, did I give you a town action of gather clay?
No. No, you did not. That was never a thing. The only town actions that we had were mining, wood, and stone.
We're probably going to add gather clay from the river.
Okay.
Like, it's no big deal because you're not, right now you're not working toward, you don't need clay for anything. That you're building right now.
Yeah, right now, no.
Maybe I talked to you about adding that and I just never got around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you talked about it, but it was never officially added. We only have like 3 like generic town actions. But Frey would probably like say the generic stuff of just woodworking and building. Any builders are appreciated. Chopping down trees, getting stone. If you're interested in going mining.
She'll nod and then she'll peek up a little bit and she'll be like, "I like going mining. The shiny stuff's real pretty."
Frey will laugh and smile and he'll go, "There are some pretty crystals over there. We're currently working on researching the pickaxe heads that we found there. Hopefully, once we figure out how that works, we can start collecting crystals."
2 things happen simultaneously. Frey, there's a crash behind you, and you hear, "Mr. Frey, I'm getting stuck under the desk again!" And then the front door...
Again.
There's an utter look of dismay on Frey's face.
The front door also swings open, and it's Tallulah and Julia, both trying to press in the door at the same time, both holding a wrapped lunch.
Jigna would
Frey
turn
looks like
towards
his
them, grab
soul
the
has
lunch.
escaped his body.
Jigna would turn towards them, grab the lunch, and then hold it up to Frey. I'll go get Mr. Humwick unstuck if you want to eat the lunch.
Well, hold on, there's 2 wrapped lunches, one from each of them. Whose are you grabbing?
She'd probably stick a hand underneath both, like one underneath each, and then she'd turn and hold them both out to him. And she'd be like, "They want to eat lunch with you."
Frey looks like his soul has left his body. He just heard the crash and then saw the door open and goes, "Today is going to be a day."
Oh, by the way, the crash was also followed by like the sound of about 8 stacks of paper avalanching.
Oh,
She'll look
Frey
towards
looks
the
dead.
room and she'll
Collapse.
say, "Don't worry, Frey. I'll go help. I'll try to put them in order as much as possible."
Just stack them up the best you can. I'll go through it later.
She'll smile. She'll smile and turn towards you, and she'll be like, "Remember, I used to be a researcher." And she'll just kind of skip off.
Frey's gonna call back and is like, "Don't let Humwick touch any of that paper. Please don't let him touch it."
Humwick is somehow under his desk, upside down. And
See, you would just slit his throat and no one would know.
That would be murder.
I didn't stutter. Someone needs to learn Raltham's Psychic Lance and fast.
Another thing that occurs in these 2 weeks before the new year is with this influx of new people brings new news and happenings from the mainland. Mind you, it's still 3 months old.
It's 3 months old news, but it's news.
Around town, people are talking about the tension between Diamánti and the Imperium of One stretching further.
That's not good.
People talking about how they're glad they decided to get on the ship and get away from politics and possible war to here. It seems things on the mainland are
not going too hot.
Not going too well at all. Any of you could choose to press further, but the surface rumors are just tensions building.
Let's see. Niren would probably be hanging out with Kai. Or not Kai, because Kai and Danny are usually in the alchemy lab, but Husker, and he'd probably hang out with, damn it, not Amlin. Not Run.
Pem?
Not Pem.
Velia.
You're going through all the characters. There you go.
You got it.
I got it.
We
And
got
he'd
there
probably
eventually.
We
He'd
got
probably
there
hang out with
eventually after like 20.
Velia some more too. And every time someone mentions the Imperium of One, his head feathers twitch a little bit. And he would have asked upon hearing some of the rumors, what was going on. So either Velia or Husker or both he could have been hanging out with.
Crud is not around when this stuff is mentioned.
This is all over town.
Would Husker know about the Imperium since he's been in the Feywilds for so long?
No. Like, material plane politics are very new to you.
I'd be asking, what are you talking about?
Right assholes. That's what we're talking about.
So Niren, you would learn.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's also a tiefling.
One of the recent events, i.e., recent event as of 3 months ago, because travel, was that the Imperium started to build a military presence on the border between them, Diamánti and Belle Terre.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
That's not good.
The
Belle Terre's where his sister is, isn't it?
and the other thing you learn is that the Imperium claimed that this was just a training exercise for its newer recruits for its military.
Yeah, training. Certain.
Black has war flashbacks.
Dane has war flashbacks.
Tara doesn't know who you're talking about.
Niran looks a little uneasy. You two remind me to write to my sister and send it off the next time I can.
On it. Arma. I'll hold you to it.
Oscar, would you end up asking for a rundown?
Yeah, I'd be wanting to know about it.
So you would be, you're that much of a foreigner. Okay, so you get a very
Quick rundown on how much of assholes these guys are.
a very surface level rundown of the Imperium, their past history in war, and some of the other kingdoms in how they operate. And you would learn that the current tension is building from an apparent artifact that is in the hands of Diamánti that can be apparently historically drawn back to the royal family within the Imperium. Another rumor that you guys could pick up, or at least as none of this is confirmed, so I'm calling them rumors, but they're more like these were headlines at one point. Apparently, in the middle of the nights near Belle Terre, there is a rumor that Imperium troops in the middle of the night will push and move the stones that mark the border closer, expanding their territory, and then denying that the border was moved at all.
That is so petty, though.
I want you to know that's something the Russians are actually actively doing to another country.
I know. It is
They
still
pick up-
that doesn't change my that doesn't change
They
my
pick up the
words.
fence in the middle of it, move it forward 10 feet, and say it never happened.
Why don't we
It
just
is.
take the
It's actually
border
kind of
and
funny
push
in all
it somewhere
honesty.
else?
I'm not even gonna lie. It's so petty and funny to me.
We're just gonna take the border and push it somewhere else.
Look, we just wanted to put a house here, alright?
We just want to talk to him.
Just want to talk to them. Just want to talk.
I'm sorry, but your entire city would just make a really, really good government base for us, and we're just gonna move our fence over here.
Other things that the group would learn is Wilhelmil is currently taking a neutral position, as well as Kyoto. And Berusad has not made any formal announcement on their position. Things are apparently pretty rough over on the main continent.
Niran would nod a little bit, and then he'd kind of be done with the conversation.
Unless anyone else wants to get anything in particular done.
I do.
Yes.
Was my item made? The cape?
Yes, it was, I believe.
It was.
Okay. I want to take Niran off, and I don't know. Could I find or fasten some kind of? Maybe I could just use a log as a dummy, like a training dummy. And I want to train with Niran for a couple hours, for a couple days.
He wants to train Niran's log.
That thing I was telling you about, where when we swoop down and at different sides and sneak attack.
All right. Sure.
So like code words for go and all that.
Okay.
Dane would want to read up on what we had noted was in the mines, because especially hearing of things picking up with Diamánti and the Imperium of One, he wants to prepare things, and there are very specific items he needs that he can hopefully get from a mine, and he wants to know if he can go there and get them.
Urania will still be wanting to talk to Fenyor with, and Daphne and her sister, with Doxian.
Do you want to do that now or after the new year?
Now she wants to gather some more, because in the new year she wants to like continue moving forward with it.
Okay. So I'll say you can gather those people, no problem. Seeing how you all have a semi-common door. You'd probably meet over at the barnyard.
What's Daphne's sister's name again?
Daphne's sister.
Daphne's sister's name is... As I open up my NPC tab.
First name Daphne's, last name sister.
Mm-hmm.
She came over on Saturday, bro?
Also, Shaman Noodles would slowly get to know the town. Really wouldn't introduce themselves, but get to know like all the buildings and way around.
Oh, these are out of order, I wonder. Are you okay,
Did you hear deals at all?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then you understand.
Ilrana. Ilyrana.
Rana.
Ilrana.
Daphne, Ilrana.
You'll get it someday.
I'm trying, and she'll like sniffle a little bit, and then she'll be like, Fenyor, this is Doxian.
Hello there, Fenyor. As she said, name's Doxian.
Fenrir looks at this man.
He'll hold his hand out to you.
Darkness creeps into Fenrir's mind. He does not know why.
Through cross reality, he hears a god screaming.
He'll hold his hand out to you.
You have no reason to dislike this man, Austin.
I have no reason to dislike this man. I know. I know that.
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Van, don't tempt me. What is Doxian like look like? Does he look like lean fighter type deal or softs from the city?
No, lean fighter.
Okay. Out of curiosity, Van, what kind of spirits hang around Doxian?
You were saying nature spirits, correct?
Yes.
Radiant spirits. And the same is with Urania, but lesser.
Fenrir takes a moment before putting out his hand and clasping the man's. Name's Fenrir, Springman. Look like you're pretty handy yourself. As long as you help the town and don't cause no trouble, we ain't got no problems.
Doxian Taish. It's good to meet you, Finyor.
Oh, never
I
mind.
have a feeling you'll
This
like me a
douchebag.
lot.
I came
What
to ask
are
you
you?
guys about. I came to ask you guys
Is
about
Frud
your.
suddenly here?
Yeah.
I can feel the heat of 1,000 suns.
God,
this far south
I'm
from us in this
imagining
room.
Frud just standing up from out of the sheep.
Yeah,
appearing
yeah,
From the sheep.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I'm Doxian.
This
The
is Fraud. No.
Fraud's sun sheep mode. Fraud is a sheep.
He'll hold his hand out to you. What am I? Oh, I'm a lot of things, but I believe most people settle on as motherfucker.
Rania would giggle.
It is. Now is he a motherfucker or fuck mother?
See, I'm
Fuck
the fuck
mothering.
bitch.
I'm a fuck mothering vampire, and I worked hard for that title.
I killed a lot of
Frud
people. to
will
get that
shake his
I deserve to be called as such.
Frud will shake his hand a little too tightly and
God,
say,
I love.
and look at Orania and him and say, "I'm watching you," and he's gonna sink back into the sheep.
Fenrir's just gonna speak up. Don't mind Fraud. He does
Does
that
he
a
know
lot.
he's covered in sheep piss and shit?
I'm one with the sheep, and the sheep are with me.
You see Frud in a sheep outfit and walk out of the fucking sheep pen.
Fenrir's
Some
just
interesting characters in your town.
yes. Interesting is a very eloquent way to put that for Fraud.
God, I love Frud. God, I love him.
Now, you said there was something you needed.
Remember your dream where you met up with Miss Daphne in the middle of the night, and I was on the roof.
Not do.
It was very romantic. You
I
met.
was gonna say, I think I remember you calling it romantic when it was ain't nothing but the sword.
She
We'll
has a
get to
habit
that
of
later.
doing that. I poured her a glass of water last night, and it was a whole ordeal.
Poor Rania. And she'll just.
I mean, is it wrong though?
Rania sees everything as romantic. It's okay.
She very much has rose-colored lenses. She'll
It's been
just.
more than rose, but I.
Shh. She'll just sigh and be like, "We didn't come here to talk about what is and is not romantic." And she'll just look towards the Thracian and she'll speak up again. We are both very interested in the stone coffin from your dreams.
Yes, it was shown to me in a vision.
What?
Assumably, whatever lies there will aid us in our joint mission.
He raises an eyebrow, and this joint mission is
To free our patron.
a C. And that's a good thing?
I believe freeing a wrongfully imprisoned and tortured soul would be, yes.
Fenrir nods.
Aranya sniffles and dabs at her eyes. It's so sad.
Fenrir makes no comment. And goes, so what exactly did you need from us? I assume Miss Aranya he had told you basically everything that happened that night, including the description of the event.
Well, I'm no explorer. I typically stick to more well-traveled roads.
Fenrir looking him over like, you look like a fighter.
No, Daphne.
Oh.
Well, no, this is him talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
I am an adventurer, but I don't believe it'd be wise to step out by myself within these wilds.
There's a
So-
lot of random
All
things that
I
happen.
ask is when a group decides to journey out, at least in the direction, or to this location, that I might tag along.
Fenrir kind of reaches up, rubbing the back of his head like, I mean, you can do whatever you like. I ain't gonna stop you. I can let you know, though I think Miss Aranya will do that. But, I ain't got no problems with it.
I was thinking about putting together a group of people who would want to go.
The thing here, Missy, is that we don't really know the exact location. We got a kind of estimate, the Earth Tribe stuff, but we don't even know exactly where that lies. Only person we got that knows anything kind of was exiled for quite a long time, if I remember correctly.
And you lack a fire genasi that also wants to go to the Earth Tribe.
Well, yeah, she's not going to make it for when she's gone.
But, I mean, if we figure it out, I don't see why you couldn't tag along. Especially if you are any use with that. And he uses a staff?
He uses the little solar system pike. Or
God damn.
glaive. Yeah, like in the art. His little floaty planet
okay.
glaive.
He goes, especially if you are any useful with that pike there.
He'll make it disappear and then reappear in his hand. A bit proficient.
Yeah. I don't see
I
why
have
not.
some other tricks as well.
He kind of looks back towards Aranya and goes, well, if y'all serve the same thing, hatred, I think you said, I'm betting, and I'd say those elementals kind of agree with that. You're a real shiny bunch.
She'll look at him a bit confused.
Doxian will look over to Aranya. Shinier than most. Comes with the territory.
Fenrir kind of raises his eyes. Says, now, you just saying you think it's shiny, or do you see it too?
I can get very shiny. Depending on what we're doing, but right now, no, not much.
Never mind then. And he'll kind of throw a glance towards Daphne.
I can't see what you guys are talking about shiny at all.
Your eyes, dear.
Oh yeah. and the fact that her
I like how Ronnie just accepts that.
And the fact that her birthmarks are all little constellations.
A sheep stares from the woods.
Oh god, I'm imagining a random town. So, oh, the sheep got loose and just starts hitting it with a cane.
I bite
Back
him.
in town.
I bite him. I bite the fuck out of him. I bite the absolute fuck out of him.
Frud ends up back in jail.
Hank appears. New town guard.
I am the law. You can't arrest me. Ah!
New town guard just dropped.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to get accomplished in this little woman department?
Thinking about maybe taking a trip to them mines later on, Miss Aranya. You think you'd be coming along, or are you gonna be too busy?
Nope. I would love to come. Eve.
And
Doxian will lean down. You know, I could help you with that.
Doxian.
I just came back after a moment, and that's the first thing I hear, and I'm terrified on so many different levels.
Fenrir like looks like, okay, we're gonna
Rania would
take a
kind
step
of
back
giggle
and
and
then
like
ignore all that.
Rania would kind of giggle and like slap his chest a couple of times lightly, like shh.
Miss Doxian.
Miss
I don't know.
Doxian.
Mr. Doxian.
You know, technically, under certain circumstances,
We
he could
have
be
a
a
lot
miss.
of people around the towns, and they're all different makes and the like. You mentioned patrons and the thing, and I don't know what yours would want, but just since you're a little new, just try don't causing trouble. We got several people that worship different things. We got even like the plant folks and stuff that they're odd, but they worship other things. I just don't want no problems or
Don't
anything.
worry, I don't get into that kind of trouble.
All
Oh,
right.
you know the little. She says little lightly because. Hold on. Because she is actively shorter than both of the slimes. She'll be like, you know the slime elf girls.
Yes.
They convocation. Yes, Nimba.
Yeah, convocation.
Yep, convocation.
They worship it's like the gelatinous is it just convocation or
The gelatinous convocation.
they worship the gelatinous convocation.
I've never heard of it.
Memories and slime from what I've gathered from the little green one that's filled with rage on occasion.
Reminds me of an ex-girlfriend.
Occasion.
And you're just. I'm going to take my leave now. I gotta get home to my daughter and.
Yes,
How
I
is
have to.
them?
I have to help Orania with that problem she was having, and he'll just pick up Orania.
Bye, Mr. Fenyor. Give Pem a hug for me.
Yes, Ms. Aranya. He'll shake his head. I'm gonna go home now, Daphne. And it's Aranya? Aranya? No.
No.
Just said it.
Ilorana?
Ilrana.
Aranya. I'm gonna take my leave, unless there's anything y'all need from me.
Oh, not right now. We're just gathering herbs and such for the New Year's festival.
I know the winter was a little harsh this year. Is crops heading in all right?
Yes, we're getting the sprouts ready to put into the ground.
And the fertilizer's helping?
I don't know how much fertilizer you produce.
Considering I had at one point I had like a stack of it type deal. It doesn't get used all that often.
They probably haven't made the fertilizer because they haven't put the seedlings in the ground yet.
Okay.
They probably just have the raw dust powder.
Well, you let me know if y'all need any more fertilizer. I'll be happy to produce.
Indeed, we will let you know. Good day, Mr. Fignon.
Good day now.
Doxian hurriedly carrying Aranya across town.
And you're gonna make a pit stop at Dane's place.
Okay.
Mr. Dane, Mr. Kai, you in?
Always.
I have a quick question. You know the fertilizer we make?
You mean the stuff from those crystals? Yes.
Well, that helps the plants and the like. I was wondering, is there anything you can make that might help the animals and the like? It's a shame we can only, shear the sheep once a year. We only have set amounts that we can get from the ducks and the other new animals from the Fae. I was wondering, is there some sort of like superfood we can get or make?
not that I can currently access. If we could find something or something I could work with, that would be beautiful, but we don't.
Dane
currently
and
have anything.
Kai synthesizing steroids.
Don't
Then
give
you're-
away my secret.
Fenrir nods. Well, if I come across any other kind of crystal type deal, who knows? Maybe I'll find a blue slime or something like that out there.
Roided out
Eyes
Frud.
wide. But hey, I want to call out. If we're going to the mines,
I'm gonna fucking.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go to the mines probably tomorrow or the day after. Miss Aranya said she'd be happy to come. If either you want to come, thinking just a leisurely stroll, maybe pick up some more extra oils of the lack.
that would be great. There's some things that I hope to find. I know we cleared out another level.
Drain. Low level.
I said what I said.
Well, then I'll be happy to have you. I'm thinking probably pretty early morning, so we can make the trek there and it'd still be daylight out. Either way, I'll be seeing you then. Have a good day, gentlemen. And before Fenrir goes home, he'll make a stop at like the town hall and just put like a not like a quest or anything, but just like a message on the board that he's looking to go out the next day. So if anybody wanted to join, they can meet him early in the morning.
Let's say the next day because I'm trying to get through
Or
story events with
that's fine.
after the new year.
Okay. He'll put up a message to
'Cause-
just to talk about it. We'll pick a day.
All of this has been happening in that 2-week period of the
Okay.
rumor gathering, then seeing the note taking happening.
That's fine. He'll put up a message saying that they're looking to go to the mine soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only have till 11.
All right. So, New Year will arrive. And it is a massive feast and celebration.
New Year's end of the month.
What kind of food we got?
Food?
Boomed.
Yeah, but what kind?
I'd
Preferably
say
edible.
probably mainly wild game, chicken.
I
or no,
cast
duck.
Eldritch Blast on Kai from across the
So
fucking.
Clank finally found the Lorax, so you're gorging on his corpse.
I'd say maybe some great jaggy meat from the great jaggy hunt that happened during some point in this time period that we're gonna go back and talk about later. But lots of food. It is an odd night, to say the least. It falls on a cryotis, so it is very, very dark during the New Year hours. But those strange colors in the sky, reminiscent of that wild magic storm, not nearly as strong, occasionally just pulse out through the night sky. Doesn't stop any of the celebration. Unless there's anything anyone wants to accomplish on New Year's night.
I don't think so.
Well, after the town-wide celebration ends,
I mean, I'll spend time with
midday-
my wife, but
midday the following day, a town hall meeting is held.
by
Oh.
Frey.
Not called by Frey.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh
The
no,
bells are rung and a meeting is called.
it's by Honeyman himself.
Not by him either.
Oh shit.
Though they are present, as everyone piles into the town hall room and outside the windows to listen in, as town hall is not very large comparatively to the citizens that occupy it. Sitting up behind the podium are Frey, Humwick, Everwind, and what is the name of the elephant man? Lucius. Sit and Humwick will stand up and go, "Hello, everyone. I would like to thank you all for coming to this meeting. I don't know why we're here.
Doxian, you can hear Arani go, of course he doesn't, and roll her eyes and cross her arms.
Frey has a look of utter disdain on his face.
Who is
He's
this
just
fuck? No, who is this fuck?
the actual mayor.
The
I say that
literal
with
mayor,
quotation
Humwick.
marks.
The literal appointed mayor.
I thought Humwick was the mayor.
That's who's
Yes, this
Yes!
is Humwick speaking.
I-
This is Humwick speaking.
I thought Humwick called the meeting. Humwick
No,
didn't.
no.
No, Van, you just said the honey fucker didn't call the
he
meeting.
said that he didn't.
He
Okay.
didn't call a meeting, but he's there.
They're there, but they didn't.
They're all
call.
there.
Can
Yeah,
I-
all the government official people are
Yeah.
there at the meeting, but
God,
Humwick
if-
did not call the meeting.
If there weren't gonna
Frey
be
did not call the meeting.
if there weren't gonna be witnesses, I would just Eldritch blast this guy and get it over with.
As you nudge Doxian, he kind of like flops over asleep, and he just leans against your shoulder, like head fully on your shoulder, asleep.
Oh, fucking kill him!
One hand subconsciously grabs chest, just asleep. Oh, hello, Sydney.
God, I can't
Aranya
wait for.
blushes and just kind of like scoots over a little bit so that way, because I guess they're sitting down, she would scoot over so he could lay his head in her lap, and she'll just kind of play with his hair while she listens.
God, I can't wait for Fred to die to an NPC.
I can't wait to kill Fred with an NPC. Let me tell you.
I can't wait to kill Fred with a
technically-
PC.
Technically, there's a lot of NPCs over in the Imperium of
Yeah,
One.
you know, Etho, I know what you meant by that, but I just imagine a fucking computer tower hitting Fred in the face.
Oh god, early 2000 hacks.
Yeah.
Hacks. Dunk.
It's like I figured something out. Someone cast
I can
levitating and
launch
yeets it into Fred.
CRT monitors at people. What's a CRT monitor? Don't worry about it. Thunk. Anyway, you want to play some Smash Melee?
Your
Hell
opponent
yeah,
just
Smash
exploded.
Melee.
Also, you have a tumor, but don't worry about that.
Does Frey know why this meeting was called?
No, Frey, you don't know why this meeting was called. Humwick will pause for a moment, turn around and go, I believe, Mr. Everwind, you had something you needed to... Yes, please, Mr. Humwick, have a seat. I will. And he'll walk up to the side and grab a makeshift stepping stool, put it up to the podium, climb up, climbs back down, puts a book under the stepping stool, climbs back up. Hello, everyone. I am Everwind. I represent the Duke and his interest within this town. Over the last few weeks, I was performing an audit. But I have a letter to someone catch Waverly up. Hi, Waverly. We miss you.
Hello.
Hello, I'm hiding in the locker room.
Someone catch Waverly up in no mic.
Hide in the locker room harder.
And
I'll
I
keep
have
my
a
mouth
letter from what was his name? I'm forgetting all of my NPCs' names because it's been so long.
All I had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Shoot, what was the Duke's name? Why do I not have that in any of my notes? Hold on. I'll have it in the physical notebook next time.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Stop dying, you stupid.
No, I'm just
I
dying.
have a letter to deliver from Sir Alistair.
What?
And he will pull from his silk robe the rolled up parchment and open it, and everyone will hear, "Greetings, adventurers and loyal citizens of
Maybe I
Floreski."
shouldn't have come back yet. If this is what I come back to.
Oh, it's the snobby fuck.
Of Floreski. Floriski.
Oh my fucking
I'm
god.
gonna strangle a man.
Oh my
This-
god.
This is fucking rough.
This
This
is-
is horrendous.
This is hell. I am in hell.
I'm so sorry you joined to this, Waverly. I cannot apologize enough.
You cannot apologize.
Congratulations on 1 year of being a town. What great
Congratulations on
things
1
you've
year not
accomplished.
dying.
I am glad to know you've grown self-sufficient. Everything that you wish to achieve, you have. I applaud you.
That so could be something else.
Don't fucking Eve. Damn it, Eve.
You just watch Randor considering
Now
casting
it is
Shatter on
time
himself.
for you to take your next step into proper town. We look forward to your further cooperation. And the letter will close before it repeats again. I've done my calculations.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Sir Alistair would simply just request a monthly additional 15 silver from all citizens of Floresk.
What the fuck?
Frey looks at him and goes, to be shipped to the mainland.
Each citizen.
Per month.
Can we kill him? Is that allowed?
Roleplay all 3 of my characters committing tax fraud.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, Frey straight up asked to be shipped to the mainland.
Yes, indeed. This tax will help repay the starting money and such that was invested into the settlement of this wonderful town.
The taxman knows that,
Question.
like,
What?
every citizen can't afford to do that, right?
Now, question. Now, just a general question, Ben. What materials did we have at the start of this? Like original crew.
10,000 silver, people, food, an amount of supplies for building, and a boat. One of the largest boats ever constructed.
We did take quite a fair bit from them.
Okay.
It's
okay.
understandable that they're like, give back now.
No, that's fair. But also, where the fuck are we getting more silver from on this goddamn continent?
Well, you're finding some out in the wild.
Oh yeah, you know, we'll pretend we didn't dumped fucking 5,000 of it or more in the Feywild. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I went into the Feywild with like almost 4,000 silver and came back with like 200.
We would also like to begin the export of resources back to the mainland as well. In exchange for some monetary amount.
Hold on. They're taxing us and wanting materials and paying us and still then taxing us more.
They sent us over here so that we could get new materials to send back to the mainland because they it's not that they exhausted their stuff, but everybody's wanting more resource. So like that's part of what we were sent over here to do, was to be able to find new things, settle more land, and do trade with the mainland. So
Oh
they
yeah,
have
but
more
half of these bitches are gonna commit tax fraud. There's no shot because half of us here can't afford 15
God, why
silver a
did this
month.
motherfucker make a fucking town announcement when Frey could have just had a conversation with this dumbass? I'm so upset.
Can we execute this town official? Can we at least get one?
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, you're not thinking good enough. I'm thinking hammer makes head squishy.
Big Mama surrounded by her children and Pim all going, "What's taxes?"
I hope they have to pay 15 silver for every fucking kid.
Fenrir
Per
will.
child, 'tis just 5 silver per child.
Oh my god!
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Fenrir will speak up and go, so that price is non-negotiable. It's 15 per adult, another 5 per child. What about the ones that are just getting pregnant?
They will not count as a citizen until they have exited the womb. This number comes from my 3 or so weeks of calculation and auditing.
Orania throws her hand up into the air.
I wasn't taking questions, but okay.
Well, you are now. I think you deserve to give us some answers.
Muted.
She'll look
Muted.
in the eyes and she'll say, "So you're taking your calculations based on the previous 3 weeks? You mean the 3 weeks in which that we just started doing as good as we are? The 3 weeks that have all been new to us? And let me get this straight, the 3 weeks where something has yet to fail, but if it does, we're still paying taxes based on it before it failed."
Well, by all projections of data, I don't believe this town will fail.
This town as a whole might not, but there are still a lot of things that can go wrong within the first few years of a town. Am I not wrong?
This town might not crumble, but Vinny and Waverly's brains might while doing town shit.
15 silver a person. That was monthly, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to get paid more. Because I only make 7 gold a month.
Silver.
Silver. Fishing ain't gonna do it.
Frey, is the town meeting over?
No, it's not over yet. Now, everyone, I know progress sounds scary, but we'll come out the better for it. And Floresk will grow and flower into an even more beautiful town.
No. What you're doing, Aranya speaks up again. She says, what you're doing is you're taxing us as soon as something new comes out before we can even profit on it ourselves. So every time that something new comes out, you're going to rework your little numbers in your book, and then we're all going to stay in the same shape that we are.
I won't lie to you and say taxes won't change. As the town grows, they will change. But the town will also be pulling in different sources of money as well, as you find and export new resources and such.
Frey is gonna speak up as well, and he'll look over and he'll say, "If at all possible after this meeting, I'd like to look at your numbers, if you're willing to share."
By all means. Assistant Mayor?
Frey, deep sigh, something like that.
Fenrir will speak up. It doesn't affect everyone here, but our government job's gonna be paying us more. Most people don't make even 15 silver a month.
Well, I just do the numbers. I believe I need to leave that up to your mayor. Mr. Humwick, address your citizens.
No.
Frey looks Humwick in the eye.
Humwick, like, knuckle deep into his nose.
Fucking Frey
Run-
looks Humwick in the eye and stares him dead.
Urania stands up, almost knocking Doxy into the ground. Now, you've been here for 3 weeks and you still haven't realized that he's no better than the honey he's shoving his mouth full of?
Hey,
I said no better.
does mean you're calling my honey worse?
I'm calling your honey not self-sustainably life-giving thoughts.
Bah.
I mean, even Fred as a sheep can do more thinking in a political sense than Humwick can.
There is a lot of like discomfort going on in this entire like crowd of people now, and it's being led by Orania.
Corwin is having the time of his life.
I was not the one to pick Humwick as your elected individual.
No, we elected someone else. And Humwick can be the assistant mayor and still report back to his people. But as far as we're concerned, Frey has done 10 times as much, even being gone for the amount of time he was.
Frey starts sweating profusely, like.
Taro has
I'm
matched
getting
out
pulled into
popcorn.
this.
He doesn't even have popcorn, but he's eating popcorn. This is an
Well,
amusement.
I'm afraid you can't just remove a elected individual like that upon a whim. We can organize a election, if that would help soothe.
I think it would be funny
I
for
say-
him to turn around to Big Mom and go, "What? Election?
What's an election?
What's an erection?
Election? Election? I'm not getting
Big
Oh,
Mama
how
will look to
hard,
him and
man.
she will
How
go.
hard are you?
An election is where
How
What?
hard?
What's an
two
election?
people
Why is
who
Umbar dead?
want to run the town run against each other, and then the town votes for who they like.
Be that
I'm
as
just
it may.
picturing-
Whatever
I'm
is
just
going
picturing-
on, Humwick, what's your answer? Is
I'm just
government going to be
picturing the
providing
Star
more for
Wars
people?
scene. Just a Star Wars scene of Palpatine chuckling. I love democracy.
Humwick will pull his finger from his nose really quickly, wipe it off on his beard, and go, I can promise that everything's gonna be okay.
That ain't an
Whoa.
answer, Mr.
Frey
Mayor.
fucking face palms.
We'll raise the pay. We can do that, right, Frey?
Frey, look at the numbers before I can agree to those terms.
We'll raise the pay.
Frey fucking face palms again.
Fenrir kind of sighs for Frey.
And there's a bit of a little bit of some cheering as pay raise, but it's a bittersweet pay raise.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'll start doing numbers. This shit's doing numbers.
Me and you have to talk after fucking session, Eve.
This shit's doing numbers on me and Vinny. On me
And Waverly.
Vinny. And
You know,
Waverly.
I'm gonna get
Mainly
to the
me,
roll
I'm the
20
numbers.
now because
I'm the math bitch.
I'm feeling better, so I'm gonna get into the roll 20 and I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Oh.
Closing Frey's sheet now.
Mind has melted
Thank
from
you for everything.
space.
Oh, hi,
Space
Vinny.
straight from
Welcome.
work.
Hello.
And we've had medical shit happen and things are fucking everywhere. So Waverly's brain's melted enough without having to look at that town sheet.
That's okay.
Have
I
you-
can do town stuff for a while.
Have you climbed in the
Eve's
locker
helping
and
me
cried yet?
discuss pay raise and stuff.
And the last order of business is to address the current uneasiness due to the situation between Belle Terre and the Imperium of One. I can humbly promise protection from any foreign forces if things do turn for the worse.
Question. Didn't we have a report on them, Van?
A while ago.
Okay.
What
Next.
protection are you doing for our town?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
There is a separate ship instructed to stay about a little more than midway's journey of military occupation.
And they're gonna stay where? Is Randor.
They are waiting for my message to continue to hear.
We don't even have houses for our citizens as is. And this time, Murin will speak up. I live in the alchemy lab.
That's your choice. Fuck you, Niran.
It used to be his choice, but now he's waiting for a house. Is he gonna have to wait longer?
Randor's still a bed.
I think Niran can fund a house.
Randor is still a bed.
We're currently trying to build houses, but now we're having to rework, and I may have to lower how many people I do stuff if we pay raise, because we're gonna be in a loss.
Fucking
Wayne-
Frud probably lives in an
Wayne-
attic somewhere.
Wayne, be grateful that you're not a flooded bed at the moment.
What do you mean at the moment? Well, I'm in a meeting. I'd hope I'm not a bed.
No, I mean that you weren't dragged along to the water tribe to continue being a bed.
Ah!
You could be a bed for Nala's mother and sister instead.
When does Randor develop scoliosis? That's my question.
He's not allowed.
He's not allowed.
You can't develop scoliosis when you can remove your spine and bring it back into place.
Not with that kind of attitude.
No, I can just dingy spinal cord.
No.
It's great.
No, Van, here's the issue. With the right injury.
Just knights.
So you're saying we're getting more gods then?
They would act autonomously to the town, as they are on the payroll of the Duke himself.
Wait, who are these people?
The boat
They're
and
sending us more people. They're sending us mercenaries.
Interesting.
don't actually have, they don't care if we flourish or not. They're here to guard, and if they get told otherwise, take us over.
Now, I'm
Niran will
glad we
pipe
could
up
have...
and ask, so we're not providing anything for them. They will become their own self-sustaining people as we have.
That is more a question for their commander upon his arrival. I'm glad we could have such a
Did you enjoy
nice,
that one, Eve?
I
civil
did enjoy
discussion.
that one.
Thank you for all for coming to this meeting and for helping Floresk reach a very bright future.
Lauren
And
stares down this man as his spell save DC against
Debt.
this man increases by 1.
He'll step down from his stools and fix his glasses and just start walking down the middle of the middle aisle, leaving.
Alright, we'll follow after him because he's going for that paper.
Fred will count his pocket change and cry.
Taro,
It's like, sir, I made 24 silver working for 66 days gathering wood. What the fuck do you...
Also, Black doesn't get paid for anything. He just researches. Like,
Is that not a...
no, it's not. There's no
No, he's not a part of the research team, to be honest. It's all
Black
Ulag.
does his own research.
Black does his own thing.
And we don't have a
Technically, it's Ulag, and it's supposed to be Cora as well. Cora's moved to be sort of there, but she's primarily in the school at the moment.
Do we have a research place now?
We do. We've always had
Yeah,
a research
we've,
area.
we've had it for a while.
Is it
Yeah,
funded
it's
and
attached to the
people get
library.
paid for? Like,
No.
No, because it's
yeah,
just you like at the moment.
that's the problem. It doesn't
So the government's
pay.
Well,
gonna
no,
start
you
paying
wouldn't be
more.
paid anyway because the people we have on payroll are Hulag and Cora.
Right.
For
I'm
that
just saying.
anyway.
I'm just saying if
You're doing
if
recreational research.
They're having
Uh,
special
Town
magic fun time.
research. They're getting paid for special magic fun time.
I guess Black needs to start making devices, I guess, and selling them because there's nothing else I can do.
So Frey, I would
Goddamn.
say you catch up with Everwind in Lucian's office.
Huh?
Lucius, sorry.
Got it. Frey, once in the office, assumedly in a closed space, Frey's gonna look at him and go, "What the hell was that?"
What was what? I think it went quite well.
I would have appreciated going through the. He puts his head in his hands and then says, I would have appreciated a heads up. I think any of us would. Like, meeting him and Humwick.
I spoke with Humwick, and I spoke with Lucius.
Frey.
From all of my records, Mr. Frey, you're just a citizen.
I am a paid worker under this. He, like, motions his hand up here. I get paid to work here. I've been working in this building since it's been built.
That's very good for you. But
legally, I am a worker. I work in the government. This government.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, but you're not technically like you've taken over mayoral duties. What he's trying to say.
No.
But you didn't
No,
actually.
that's not even the case. Like, not even the fact that he does Humwick's paperwork. He literally is under the government payroll. Frey works in this office.
Because that's technically Amlin as well, because she's Humwick's
Technically,
secretary.
Amlin as well. Amlin is his secretary.
Just because you are a secretary doesn't mean you hold office, Mr. Frey.
And that's the
You
point.
cannot just input yourself into someone else's job. There is paperwork and
Hey, Frey,
processes one must go through.
You want to leave Humwick to do his job for a few months?
I mean, Frey looks at this guy.
Lexi, Frey has just done that by being in the Feywild for how many months?
Technically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The problem here is that Lucius can actually do the guy's job for him.
Yeah, Lucius can take over what Frey didn't do. Or couldn't do for a while. That being said, as I am secretary to Humwick as well, the work that I do is the payments to the people. And I also oversee the buildings. So this sudden tax, I feel, does pertain to me as I'm the one that has to hand it out to the people. That's the job that I was given by Humwick.
Well, I am sorry to make you the bearer of bad news, but tax must flow.
I understand that tax must flow. I just wish I had known about it before the meeting had started, is all I'm trying to say.
You are a very intelligent young leader, Mr. Frey, and the people like you. That is why you stand in this office where you are now, and why you sat upon the stage behind the podium.
He nods.
If anyone can make the people understand that this is due process, it is you. If you wish to read my calculations, you may. And he'll hand you the book.
He will take the book. I was like, I will take the day to read this, and I'll let you know my thoughts afterward, but thank you for letting me see this.
You are welcome.
Frey will, as Frey does, he will do a little bow, like a respectful, like, thank you, and he will start to leave the room, and then say, after I read through this, if I do have any questions, I hope we can have a civil discussion about adjustments if there need be.
Bring it up with Humwick and I will speak with you.
Frey nods slowly and then leaves the room. He's gonna go to his office. What is the book like? How is it calculated?
So the book is a very in-depth breakdown of everything in town. Every building, every shop, a full inventory of everything, production rates, a full census.
The man doesn't have to be liked, but he does his job right.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was hoping, that he
and
did his job.
the back end of the book is basically like a year by year projection of what the population growth might be like, animal growth, crop growth, notes on crops of notable export. One of them being
is there any role that I can do to see if there's like any of the current processes being placed at a higher purchase rate, I guess is the best way. Like, are the numbers a little too high than they should be? I guess
roll
is the
an
best.
intelligence check.
Fuck. Okay. Hey, that's not bad.
So all of the taxing within like sections is fair. Like, oh, you go, okay, that number makes sense. But he is taxing everything.
Taxing everything?
I don't want to say nickel. The best phrase I was, he's nickel and diming everything. It is a multitude of very small taxes, with fancy names, and they add up to a lot.
So he's an
Can
asshole.
the math bitch say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just with the tax on the citizens alone, we pay off the 10,000 silver they loaned us in about 3 months. That's how severe the tax is on just the people.
There's also the boat and materials and food. That was just starting capital.
Oh yeah. No. The tax is so severe we would pay that off in about 4 months.
Probably not the ship. The ship probably costs a good amount of gold.
The ship doesn't even belong to us, does it?
Let me just
It technically does. It's what you use the ship for more people, and if you ever order something from the mainland, or you can use it to go back.
I see. We're
But
paying
that's
for a
hiring
rental.
The ship, not the ship is ours to do.
Yes, the ship was also built specifically for
the
the
ship
settlement.
is probably, because I'm looking at like the crafting thing, and the idea of how big this ship would be would put it around 20,000 silver.
I'm going to, I guess Frey's gonna make a list of all
the crew.
Frey's gonna make a list of all the like random stuff that doesn't make sense, like because he's nickel and diming everything. He's gonna like point out the stuff that doesn't make sense for the survival of the people, if that makes sense. Like taxing, I don't know, housing maybe is fine because we ended up giving those away.
Now hold on. Now hold
But
on.
the food doesn't make sense because that is a legit survival thing.
I hate to say it, but property taxes are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Frey's saying. Frey's saying
That's what I'm saying.
Housing is
But
okay.
the difference
was
is
fine.
we're not turning around to people and going, okay, we've got empty houses here. You have to pay us X amount of silver to be able to move into that house. We're just saying, right, you go into that house. That's why we're not charging for houses.
Yeah, and him taxing those
do I gotta
houses is a
establish a
little bit
mortgage rate?
okay because they were free to give. But stuff like food, the salt production, or even the like adventurers thing, that doesn't make sense to charge. So he's just making a list of all the stuff that would be like necessity for survival.
God,
This doesn't make sense. Why are you taxing this?
God, I can't
That's
wait to
what
play out
Frey's
the
making a
American
list of.
Revolution in D&D.
Where's our tea?
Where's the harbor?
Right there, Fred.
Oh shit.
Frey, you even notice a small, like, couple copper tax, which is just labeled magic item allowance.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Frey is going to make note of that and, like, see if he can rummage around for one of the previous letters from this motherfucker that sent us and see if he can't find it to where it says that we can use the magic items. Like, no tax. He said nothing about tax.
You don't have a letter, but you remember the paper you signed before leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Which stated, you can use any magic items you find on the continent, but they are property of the Duke's estate.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Oh,
But there's nowhere in there that says that it is taxed. We are allowed to use it. So Frey would, if there's any copy of that in this mountain of paper stack room, he's gonna find that. That is something he'd like. This ain't right.
You probably don't have anything that mentions that. That would have.
Man, I'm sure glad that the fucking shit I found on the Feywild isn't
and bring
owned.
it up anyway. Like, literally everyone can vouch for it. We all signed that paper that says we can use
so look,
so he's gonna write that down.
I found in my notebook. All treasure is ours, with the clause that any historical item is submitted to Belle Terre for study. Any magical item belongs to Diamánti, but is on loan to the adventurers until the colony has been established, being fully sustainable, and they have moved government officials and military presence there.
So that stash, that tax will start once the military force gets moved in.
Yep. So he can't tax us on that yet. Is what I'm saying. So that tax can't start. Whatever copper baby bitch shit is he trying to do can't start until the military gets here.
I love the copper baby bitch shit.
Listen, I'm trying to help the people. My point is to like get as much off this tax as I can by pointing out the shit that he is overtaxing. That is the point of me doing this.
I that's fine. I'm just saying Fred's still only getting paid 7 silver a month.
I understand that, and it will get fixed, don't worry. We'll do numbers later, but I'm just trying to see if I can't lower it before I have to increase numbers.
I'm too old for this shit.
Is there a list, Van, or do you have like a thing, or no?
Oh, no.
No, it's just generally, Vinny is marking out things that are being erosionously taxed, and or taxes that can't start until a later date.
Yeah, so I'm pointing out the flaws in this man's taxing, and see if you can't pause some of it or take some of it away.
Because even if like you can only drop it like a few silver, 12 type deal is more manageable than 15 for most families.
Mm-hmm.
But even in this economy on the island, 12 is still almost incomprehensible for a lot of people.
That's per person.
Again, Clank worked for almost 3 months chopping wood and made about 24 silver.
Because if it's going to
I make
be
2
like,
per month,
like 15 a month, then I like base minimum have to increase to like everyone's pay to 10 silver.
Okay, again, I need a damn NPC to be my 4th character in the damn town hall to be the accountant of the damn town, so I can do this.
We have an accountant. It's Lucius. Lucian.
Okay, but get him to give you a amount that or a percentage they want from the town overall, a range or something, or a money amount, and then we change the taxes because it's already what, the 3 silver tax we do.
Yeah, we have a
change the
3 silver tax.
in accordance to that. It's like, cool. How much are y'all trying to get out of this per month?
So
All right, now
Well,
they're
yeah.
sucking our dicks
Because
dry.
3,300 silver a month is a lot
yes.
for a town of this size.
So how long would it take Frey to get like the list of everything down?
Oh,
Just
the day.
the whole day. All right.
Oh boy.
You're making sure.
Oh yeah, I'd go through that thing like a tooth. Fucking pick that shit clean.
Frey spends 24 hours writing. Poor man.
I can't
Oh,
believe
yeah.
Frey got the spray bottle and started spraying the tax man.
All right, so we're calling Frey Hamilton now.
Alexander
No.
Hamilton.
I'm gonna retire for a little bit if we have to fucking reenact the American Revolution in D&D. I'm gonna take a few session break at that point.
Oh no, it could be the American Revolution because we'll have artillery.
I'm too tired for this shit.
I do not understand.
Don't worry,
You
Waverly. You don't have
worry
to.
about it.
Don't worry, Eve. It won't be the American Revolution because we'll have
What-
grenades.
Waverly, it's very simple. Just imagine the Emu War, but replace the emus with the British.
Fuck off.
With worse teeth.
I'm
and-
saying fuck off for that.
What?
Van, you want to know my response to that?
What? Okay.
Aww.
Byway boys.
I mean, the funny thing is, didn't they lose the Emu War?
I wasn't done. I was gonna say, and we actually won.
We said no.
Anyways,
It was
Frey
the
goes over
Emu
with
War,
the
but we
fine-tooth
won.
comb.
Yes, Frey is going
Um,
over this winter.
So, Frey, okay, what do you do after you've gone over the? What do
Oh,
you do
yeah.
after you've gone over?
I'd immediately, with my list of shit and information, go up to this guy and say, "There's some things that I found that don't really make sense."
He'll look up from his papers and look. Oh, I'm terribly busy right now. Could you just drop it off with Humwick for me?
Oh, fuck
And I'll speak
no.
with him.
Oh,
That's why he said drop it off
fuck.
with Humwick.
Yeah,
Do you
no.
mind if I speak with you with Humwick at some point?
I'll see if. Yeah, I'll be sure to fetch you when I meet with. Just drop it off with.
I'm gonna drop off his dick in a fucking box, I swear to God.
Frey's gonna go over to Humwick, right?
Asleep, face down, jar of honey to his left.
God, who made
Frey is
Pooh Bear a
going
fucking
to
senator? Who made Pooh Bear a fucking senator?
wake Humwick up.
I'm gonna post this image in No Mic of the character from a movie that I told Austin I realized that Humwick is.
It's astonishingly close to the art for Humwick too.
He's
It
just
is,
the
it
master
really
of Lake
is.
Town from The Hobbit.
But Frey will wake up Humwick. Make sure he's awake, not like half awake. Make sure he's fully awake.
Hello, Frey. Is that
Humwick,
time over?
Yes. I
Oh.
have some information for you, and I have a favor to ask.
Oh.
Frey,
Okay.
knowing that he had to give a copy to Humwick, made a copy of his notes, hands it over to Humwick and says, "This is for Everwind. He wants it directly from you. But, my favor is, would you allow me in the meeting of when you discuss the notes?"
Bribe him.
Sure.
Bribe him.
I will make sure to bring snacks as well, because I'm sure it'll be a very long
Snacks?
meeting. Yes, is there any that you would like specifically?
Eyes
So I
the
can
jar of
prepare
honey.
prepare ahead of time.
He'll swallow, and he'll go.
He's not a quitter.
I've seen people buying a nut honey thing from Mr. Finyor, and it looks very tasty. but I don't know what it is, but it's not honey.
It's
Frey
cocaine.
thinks.
Yourself.
What I know Fenyor has is beeswax that isn't honey, and
Is it yellow? Little
yes,
yellow cube? I want that. It looks delicious.
I will get that as well as some honey. Does that sound agreeable?
Yes.
Boy.
Bye, Wayborge. We
Bye,
missed you.
Wayboy.
We missed the Wayborge.
Hopefully you'll be able to be back soon.
Well, we
Right
go
now,
round the
Actually,
bend
will
to
say-
go.
I think it's just today and 2 more sessions, and then I'm back.
Sweet.
Yeah, Wayboy.
Yay!
Then you
Wayboy.
can cast
Yay!
Fireball in the Town Hall Revolution.
Frey will nod, and he will say,
Nah.
I will make sure to have
If we're
those
doing
by the
this, we're
meeting.
doing this
Just
right.
come find me before the meeting starts.
Will do, Mr. Frey.
And Frey will nod, take his copy, put it in his bag, and he's gonna go find Fenyor now.
You run off to find Fenyor.
Listen,
yeah.
if we're doing a revolution, we're going to do this right. And by that I mean, does anyone know how to make a Dragonator?
I mean, you have a
I'm gonna
plant
need
dragon.
80. No. That I need a spear the size of a mountain.
Where?
I need gemstones. A lot
Where's
of
Fenyor?
gemstones and crystals.
Where's Fenyor?
Probably giving Mal a day off and is at his stand.
Frey will go up to your stand. Probably coming from the side, trying not to come up as a customer, in the sense of, please, can we have a conversation?
Fenrir will deal with whoever's at his stall and, oh, Mr. Frey, how can I help you?
Frey lets out like a tiny sigh, and then he looked a little confident and I have to do this kind of expression, and as soon as he gets in front of you, he kind of fucking deflates, and he's like, I have a favor to ask if you are able to help.
He'll raise an eyebrow at you. And what might that be?
I will pay you, of course, but I would like some of your best honey and beeswax. It's, he kind of leans in to speak a little bit quieter, and he's like, I'm trying to weasel my way into a meeting with Everwind and Humwick. Everwind will not speak with me directly. He will only speak through Humwick, and if I can assure snacks for Humwick, he will let me into that meeting.
Political intrigue.
Fenrir kind of takes one and goes, have products. You said you want both honey and beeswax now?
Frey nods, and he's pauses and then adds, Humwick wants to eat the beeswax. I'm unsure why. He just says it looks tasty, and that's what he requested.
I can tell you right now, beeswax, it's more of a...
It's edible.
It's edible, but
Can you
it's
do me a
more...
favor and bring it by Kai and Dane so we can accidentally put some poison in there?
But it's more used for candles and the like than eating.
Hummuck would eat a candle.
He's like,
I understand.
if
It's
you're
why
really
I'm
trying to
getting the
get on
honey
his
as well.
good side, though, I don't do it often, but I can make you a small gift of honeycomb. It's a lot more edible.
Frey's eyes light up, and he'll go, that would be fantastic if Frey pulls out his sack of money, and he'll say how much do I need to pay you for that? It's really important that I get into that meeting.
Then he goes, well, normal thing of honey and a couple ounces of beeswax, and the small amount of honeycomb I'll have to go and fetch. Silver for it all.
Frey, a little stunned, looks at him and goes, I see. He's gonna reach into his bag and he's gonna put 10 silver in your hand.
Fenway blinks and goes, Mr. Frey, this is more than necessary.
I understand, but this is a huge favor for me and I felt like I should pay you appropriately.
Then you're kind of like, give me a minute now. He kind of puts a sign up at his stand. He's like, I'll be back in a couple minutes. And he'll walk off. I'm gonna add the 10 silver because
Yeah.
10 silver.
Oh yeah. Fucking charge me 1 silver. What the fuck, Fenyor?
That's
not
almost a
checked
whole
Fenyor's-
month of tax.
Do you not notice Fenyor's actual like prices?
No, I know what his prices are. I understand.
Like, I can sell cheap and still make profit. He's gonna come back and he not only brings you like a jar of honey that you asked for, gives you the beeswax. He's also gotten a fairly decent sized chunk of honeycomb and goes, I'll hand you this, but I don't know how well it would help you, but here's this as well. And I'm gonna hand you a thing of a dozen eggs.
Ooh. I see.
It's not much,
Oh yeah,
but
because they're eggs now. Not Julia, Tallulah's dad, Robert probably buys eggs from you. We need to talk about that because that'll be a pretty consistent income boost for you.
I think we've
now...
already spoken about this because I have it in my notes that I
you do?
get cartons and I sell at least a carton at 3 silver, and I have a profit sheet already done here.
Okay, so we've already talked about it. So yeah, now all of Robert's noodles are coming with that soft-boiled egg in it.
Nice.
Says, my recommend, if you know when ahead of time you're going to do this, it's not too busy. Cook up the eggs, and found my favorite way is you chill them first, and you can make yourself this thing, I call it a hard-boiled egg. Put a little bit of spices and it does wonders. Goes well with just about anything.
Ray looked really happy. He's like, oh.
Finn, you're the kind of man to open his lunchbox and it's just hard-boiled eggs.
He's
Excuse you. He's got the eggs, he's got a sauce of honey, and he has a thing of honeycomb, which is his treat that he has all the time. That basically he's the only one that has.
Yo, Finyor's farts smell like sulfur. Straight sulfur.
Jesus Christ.
Note to self: put a jar at Fenyor's ass.
But Frey will smile and he'll say, "Thank you. I appreciate this. I'll definitely make sure I have these boiled before the meeting."
It sounds important, and if it's about the tax rate, you
By
doing
all
anything
means, give
can help.
Humwick a raw egg. Give Humwick a raw egg. Let me describe him eating a whole raw egg.
Watch me forget to boil one and he just chews it.
Hold on, let me
He
send
just
you a
goes
scene.
ham.
I'm gonna
doing-
send Van a scene that I just imagine is what happens.
You're doing whatever you can for the town is mighty helpful. I personally am able to make it through between my sales. Having several businesses helps that, but not everybody can do the same. So,
Frey
we
nods.
appreciate you helping out.
Frey nods and goes, "I needed to up the payment anyway, but the current tax is a little high, and I'm hoping I can figure something out to help with that."
A median would be pretty nice now.
He nods. Thank you again, and I'm gonna go get these back to
Oh.
town hall before.
You happen to know? You said you're talking to that taxman, yeah?
Frey nods.
You might take a chance at stopping by the brothel. They're the ones that got all that alcohol, right? Taxman likes wine.
Frey nods. He's like, thank you. I'll definitely make a stop there.
Kind of tips
Frey, honey and eggs and like so much honey product and eggs in hand, just walks towards the brothel after this interaction. The weirdest combination.
The
of kid and
closest
Nar.
thing the brothel would have to wine is mead because grapes aren't being produced.
Yeah, Rory could make it. She just needs berries.
Aren't we using the clear glass berries?
No, they're not ready yet. We have the trees; they're just not fully grown and producing.
Oh yeah,
yet.
no, they're just saplings right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even with the growth burst, it's gonna take a while.
Another year, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think one of the few people here, even with the 15 the 15 silver, Fenyor can actively pay the tax rate and still be making profit.
Mogul moves.
God.
Alright. Frey would probably get like the best drink he can get. So how much would that cost him?
Rory, how much for a bottle of mead?
Bottle of honey mead?
Mm-hmm.
Usually deal in barrels, but
I mean, Frey will fucking buy a barrel if he has to.
no.
I don't think you can carry the barrel and the eggs and the.
No, he can't. But he will try.
He's like anything and everything all of the time.
How much does a typical just thing of mead cost at the tavern?
Let me look. $5 copper for a tankard of mead.
I'll be right back, guys.
And if you explain it to it, Rory will sweeten it up more too.
Hold on, that's base price. Right now, because of demand, it's probably at a silver.
I mean, Frey would probably he would do the same to Rory that he did to Fenyor. Like, I'm trying to get into a meeting. I talked with Fenyor and I got this, and I'd like a drink to help sweeten the deal.
If you explain the man likes sweet drinks, she'll sweeten it up and make the meat a little sweeter for you. But
Yeah?
only charge you a silver.
Silver? Alright, Frey will give you 5 silver.
Alright, Frey, do you head back to the town hall?
He'd probably stop off at Robert's and see if he can't boil the eggs. Take like 2 minutes out of his day to boil some of these eggs.
Sure, he boils the eggs.
He doesn't want to bring raw eggs into this place, so he'll take these hard-boiled eggs, this honey and stuff, and he'll go into the only available meeting room, I assume. I assume that it's so small, there's probably only one meeting room, right?
Well, there's the courtroom, there's Lucian's office, and there's Humwick's office.
If he goes back and the meeting hasn't started yet, he'll probably go find Humwick.
So, you're carrying all the stuff, and you're walking up to Humwick's door, which opens as you walk up to it, and everyone is stepping out, and he bumps into you. Oh, Mr. Frey, hello. Ooh, are those treats?
Is that Humwick, or is this everyone?
This is everyone stepping out of Humwick's office.
Frey looks at everyone and says, yes, I was preparing these for a meeting if I was to be invited.
Is that a drink? And he'll reach up for the bottle.
Yes. Has the meeting started yet? I was going to prepare and get drinks for everyone.
Oh, me and Humwick just concluded on speaking. Oh, I was supposed to get you, wasn't I? Oh, I'm dearly sorry. Thank you for the honey wine.
Frey takes a step back and goes, I'll save it for next meeting then. Does that sound like a deal?
Sure. Good day to you, Mr. Frey.
He nods and he goes into the office and looks at Humwick.
Humwick, just face covered in crumbs. You don't know what he has eaten, but it has put crumbs everywhere.
Frey sighs, sets stuff on the desk. I assume he has to clear off a spot for the shit. And then looks at Humwick and goes, Humwick, what happened in the meeting?
Oh, it went good. Yeah, it went. I say it went pretty good. Went pretty good.
Did you look through
Those
the things that
eggs?
I gave you? He hands over an egg.
He'll reach egg full, hard-boiled egg, shell still on. Just.
Ugh.
Weren't you? Oh yeah, I did. And I spoke with Aaron, and I told him how cruel and not right the numbers were, and that we needed a lower tax.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
Hold on. It's lagging. Insight is right here.
Helmwick's a bad liar. But this isn't in a case where he is lying. It's not. He doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay. Frey hands him another egg.
So yeah, I think it went pretty well. He listened and he took our concerns.
What did he say specifically?
Well, he's gonna drop it to 10 silver and no silver for children, from what I remember.
Right? Fucking sighs and then realizes he was gonna tax the children. He was fucking gonna tax the children.
Yeah.
Vinny didn't think that he was taxing the children.
Yeah, he said it'd be 5 per.
Five silver per.
Okay.
Child.
So now it's 10 and no silver for children.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. Frey
Children aren't old
nods and he hands Humwick the honeycomb.
Oh. Frey, I want you to roll me an intelligence or an insight.
Insight or an fucking. If it's like looking at something, I have the where is it?
It's not really. It's not really looking at anything. Not anything now.
You know, this feels important, and my birthday's in like a month. That's a crit.
Yeah.
Okay. Everend seemed very pleased upon leaving the office. And you begin to get the feeling that he never intended to charge such a high tax, and it was a more of overcharge so they feel better about the actual amount.
Frey.
Normal tax people thing.
Frey puts his head in his hands and he looks at Humwick and he says, "Thank you for speaking with everyone. I very much appreciate it."
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you don't mind. I know you normally do it, but he had me sign a few papers and things, but I think I did good.
Yeah, I see those papers. Do you have a copy of them?
He took them with him.
Do you remember what they said?
No, he just told me to sign them.
Humwick, next time someone says to sign something, please read it beforehand.
Okay.
Insight, he's not doing that.
And then he's gonna pour Humwick a glass of the honey mead, and then he's gonna leave the office.
This honey's wet. I like it.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Word quickly spreads around town of the suddenly lowered taxes, and the people themselves are more satisfied than they were before.
Okay.
They still have to have a price. They still have to be paid better so they can actually live here. But
I think Frey would seek out one of the rogues. Who would be closest?
They hang out together.
They'd probably
They
be
do.
together. You'd probably get them both.
Oh, let's go.
You find them training their new special attack. You hear a bird whistle, and then suddenly a log is
just
cut in
appear.
half
Yeah.
as they appear.
I see. Frey looks at them, looks at both Niran and Husker, having like met Husker very little compared to Niran, and then looks to Niran and then goes, I have a request. Like, he just walks over and goes, not a hey, not a hello, just I have a request. He looks stressed.
What is it this time?
He'll look over to Husker as well and say, I need a favor from the two of you, but I would like to keep it
I
on the
need you to
down
kill a
low."
man.
I need you to kill a man. No,
Please.
I
No,
would like
please.
to keep it between us.
And Niren's gonna look at Husker and speak in Sylvan Thieves' Cant, which sounds like he's asking about the weather in Sylvan for some reason, Frey. And he's gonna say, that means this stays out of your book. And he'll nod.
Frey would probably lead the group of you to his quote-unquote home, which is just Robert and Tallulah's home. And then once inside, he'd look to you both and say, there's some papers that Everwind had Humwick sign that I would like a copy of or to know the knowledge of. I was not allowed in that meeting. I'm pretty sure he had me, or had the meeting when he knew I wasn't around. The taxes have gone down, but I think that's what he wanted. But I would like to know what else Humwick has agreed for the town to do.
Niren will nod. And look at Husker.
He'll agree.
Frey, like, grabs both, like, pats you both on the shoulder, smiles and says, thank you. I really just don't want us to be agreeing to something that we cannot comply with.
And Niren will smile and he'll be like, understandable, Frey. Now, do you want us to do anything else over there? And he'll just kind of smile and hold up his punch dagger.
No, I think just the document.
There was hesitation, it's a possibility.
Frey sweats.
Frey sweats.
The entire town cheers.
No, I think it'll be all right for now. It's possible that a vote will be held. Frey fucking shrugs. He's like, mentioned it at the last town meeting. I have no idea. I have no idea if that's actually going to happen or not.
Should have been held a long time ago and you know it.
Frey lets out an exasperated sigh. I just had to feed Humwick 2 eggs and he ate the shells along with it.
Niren shudders.
Husker goes, ugh.
And Niren will just look at Husker. He goes, you've never seen the man eat honey before.
He wanted to eat beeswax by itself. Frey has this look, like he just sits down in one of the chairs and like puts his head in his hands like, fuck this, fuck. But then looks up to Niren and Husker and goes, I appreciate the help in finding this document. If you need to be paid for service, I can absolutely do that as well. He like pulls out his money pouch.
Big spender.
I know.
Niren will smile and he'll be like,
Well,
how about you save your coin for in case we get caught?
wait, Husker, like, Niren. House.
And Niren's eyes will get bright. He goes, how about we get moved to the top of the list for one of them houses?
Ray gives you guys a thumbs up and goes, I can absolutely do that. Would you like to room together, or would you like a house of your own?
We're gonna room together. We're going into business together.
Frey will nod and he'll go, well, the next house I'll make sure that you two get moved in.
Thank you, Frey.
He nods and smiles.
Finally, no more tents.
You think you've got it bad? Dane made something explode underneath my bed.
What?
It was a small explosion.
Randor appears. They're always exploding in me.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know Niren used a Randor bed.
No. It's all my fault.
Listen, we don't finish in Randor. It's on Randor.
Oh,
Anything that
is
lands
awful.
on Randor
This
becomes
is
in
awful.
Randor.
No, this is
Oh.
an important topic.
Well,
how does it happen? Like, what?
And why isn't Vinny asking the questions of all people?
Why
So,
is it me?
Vinny,
Why am I
when
here
a man
talking
and a
about
woman
this?
love each other very much.
Hey! I never asked that question.
My brother
we
got
gotta
kicked
get
out of
there.
class for that question. The teacher looked at him and said, where did you even come from? He goes, you see, when a mommy and daddy love each other very much, she goes, get out.
Damn.
Okay. To slightly push things along, steal the paperwork, please. I would like to go to the mines before the end of session.
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Are you two waiting till nightfall?
Yeah.
You wait till nightfall. And-
Niren would be flying around during the day, kind of like he's teaching Husker how to use his flight.
Mm-hmm. All right. How do you go about breaking into town hall?
invisibly, of course.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fortunately, I think only one of you can actively be invisible at all times. Both of you can?
Yep.
Oh, you both can? Interesting.
My ring that lets me turn invisible, and I
Yeah,
can also cast invisibility on Niren.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So how are you getting in? What are you doing?
Window?
Frey, would you leave a window open? We didn't actually ask this, but could we retcon that? That'd
Is
probably be
there-
important.
Is there like a window in my office?
I'm gonna say the windows on this structure don't open.
Shit, that's
Okay.
right.
There is one door.
And there's only one way in.
Mm,
Is there a chimney?
Hold on. Ignore the Sahara on this map. It's been a while.
oh no, my roll 20 is not enjoying the switch.
We're loading.
Oh damn, there already is a Niren on this map though. And a Frey and a Randor.
Well, I think last time we used this map was when there was a little group meeting.
Yeah, it was that last group meeting when Frey told
Just the-
everyone who he was.
Mm,
Yeah,
the
and with
page
Fish
is
and all that.
unresponsive.
Ah.
Uh,
Oh no.
It does not like the switch. Cool, I'm gonna exit the page and reload it.
Oh, there would have been another room for a meeting. You just
Mm-hmm.
hadn't looked at the map. So, Niran and Husker, who's picking the door?
Niran is. Thanks, Dane.
There's a dog licking my toes.
Boop the dog.
I can't, they're too far away.
Sad.
I forgot to subtract all that shit.
Lockpicking check, Niran.
Hold on.
I'll aid as well.
Okay. The door is not magical.
Is there anything magical? Detect magic has a range.
No, there's nothing magical.
Lexi, since you are using the new ones, do you have the description?
I have the one you sent to me.
Yeah, you can put them up to a door. Oh god. I'm gonna send this to Van too, because I don't know if he remembers these.
That's what I was already gonna do. Is I can hold them up to the
I'm
door.
gonna be honest, I completely forgot about these.
When did I give these out? Or did you make these?
I made it.
Okay.
And we did talk to you about this. I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I already had to make these for my broken
That was
set.
we talked about that back when we were talking Deals and all of us were talking about Flint.
There are no. Well, first off, I need both of you to give me stealth checks. There are no
Get
creatures
advantage.
within 20 feet of the door. Yeah, with an advantage. Okay. Now the thief's tools check with a +1 bonus because there's nothing within 20 feet of the door.
25.
All right, yeah. You undo the lock on the door, and you're able to push into the lobby.
I'm gonna shut the door quietly because but we're already invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, as funny as this sounds, I'm going to lock it behind myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna. We would know where everyone's offices were, right? Because they're officials. So I'm guessing this one is his.
This is Lucius's office, but Everett has been doubling up with him.
Okay, so I'm gonna sneak over that way. I'm gonna check the surroundings first, just to make sure there's nothing that's gonna surprise me later.
Perception check.
Damn.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright, I'm gonna go over and check the handle of the door.
It's locked.
Lock picking tools again.
There is something within 20 feet of the door.
Oh, yes. Okay, what is within 20 feet of the door?
You know the location. You just know the location of a creature. So there is a creature right there.
Can
Yeah.
Niran hear if they're awake or not? Because you can do that with the thieves' tools.
Perception check.
Okay. Niran's gonna very quietly whisper to Husker something 15 feet beyond door.
I have no idea what's going on.
And then,
Stealth.
And then stealth check? Or perception check, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perception.
No, there's stairs.
You hear very light snoring.
Yeah, there's stairs and such, but there's nothing up.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
attempt
it's
to.
weird. Wall.
I'll aid again for the lockpicking.
If you go over
Okay.
there, there's a place you can land
Anything off about the door?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the lock. Advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
+1.
Was 20,
Ah, yeah.
28.
You make quick work of that lock as well.
I'm gonna very slowly peek open the door. And it's also dark in here. Like, I wouldn't have any of the lights on because I have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna slowly peek open the door and look towards where I know the sound was coming from.
Yeah, the gnome lies asleep on the couch.
I'm gonna relay the information through mostly mouthed, but also like it's like the lightest whisper you can get, where half the words are mouthed and the other half are whispered to Husker, and then I'm gonna tiptoe my way in, keeping the door as close to my side as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna peek my head out and ask Husker to keep watch, to be honest. Like, I guess if he wants to come in, he can, but I don't know if we need to make sure no one's coming this way or not. So I'll ask him basically what he wants to do.
I'm gonna stand at the door, ready for anybody coming through the door, or if I need to bop this dude.
Okay.
So Niren's gonna go.
I'll be like right here-ish.
Niren's gonna, because there's a clear difference between elephant-sized things and gnome-sized things.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look through things that look like they're more his size.
There's nothing on this desk his size.
Okay, so he's gonna move over towards here. Is there anything on like the shelves or anything?
There are some smaller bottles of ink, blank pieces of paper.
I'm gonna look at the gnome. Does it look like he has anything on him?
Yeah, he's on his side and he is clutching a book to his chest.
So I'm just gonna kind of.
I want that book. I don't know why. I want the book.
I'm gonna move closer, and we both can see this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other papers scattered around anywhere that look like they're his size?
No.
Is there any dust or anything on the table?
No dust on the table.
Niren's gonna pluck one of his feathers, and with the pointed side facing towards the book, he's gonna set it on the table and pull his hand away from it, because then it should become visible, correct?
But the feather, yeah.
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 Sasso is gonna gesture that we should go for the book, because they're both invisible, can't see each other, and then he'll pick it up and tuck it inside his cloak.
Husker will walk over, grab and is there another equally sized book?
There's only one book.
Only one book?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll move a little closer to the gnome and kind of like Jenga, try to slip the book out without, disturbing what's holding it.
Van, I ready my punch. No, I don't want to kill him. I ready to punch him.
Sleight of hand check, Husker.
If he wakes up, I punch him.
You're still invisible, by the way.
Yes. I guess. Yeah, never mind. If he, I take that back.
15. Again, I'm kind of like pushing the book with a finger to try to loosen it up.
As you start to wiggle and push the book, very Jenga-like, what you don't notice is the bottom of your sleeve ever so slightly tickling his nose. Like it is just 2 grazes. And he'll suddenly sit up and sneeze. And he'll be sitting up clutching the book. And he'll look around the room. Stealth checks for both of you.
Jesus Christ.
He rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god.
But we're invisible, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
dude.
that was against your sleight of hand to
wake up.
to get the book.
So he doesn't. It's not that he sees you currently. It just he woke up, passing against the sleight of hand.
He will, with groggy eyes, look around the room. He'll scratch his nose. Strange feelings. And Husker, he will linger on where you're standing for just a few moments. Stands up. Niran, he stood up. Are you gonna move?
How tall are these ceilings? And how tall is he?
He's a gnome. He is probably 2 to 3 foot tall.
How tall are the ceilings?
Probably 10 feet.
He's gonna fly up 5 feet and like lay flat. So, and since his wings are silent, it doesn't make a sound.
Okay. He will get up and he'll walk around, basically passing through where you were. I don't like it here. I wish I was in the city. Fucking backcountry bumpkins.
Niran bites his tongue.
He'll walk over to the desk and light a lantern. I want to be able to get back to sleep now. Might as well do some work. And he'll go to this door and gets a key out and puts it in. And he turns and goes, I swear I locked this door. And he'll pause for a long moment before opening the door and stepping out and closing it back. You hear footsteps, and then another door unlock and then open and shut.
I'm gonna whisper to Niran, should we just swipe it and run?
I don't know. We need to figure out where he's gone first. I would like to take the long way around to see where he's gone. So, like, through the side door.
Okay, that door's locked.
Can I hear through the door?
Yes.
Do I hear anything?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick it.
Save tools.
29.
Okay, easy enough. These are very simple locks on these doors.
Yep. This way, Husker. I don't know if he's just pretending to have left to watch the door.
I'll follow.
And then I'll shut, after Husker comes through, I'll quietly shut the door and lock it again. And then we'll continue on to the other doors.
Okay. That one is not locked.
Okay. I'll still listen through it.
No one around.
Okay, so we'll go through it and then shut the door lightly.
Okay.
I come up to this door down here and listen through it.
No sound, and it is locked.
Okay. I'll unlock the door.
Thieves' tools? Or did you already roll in again? No, thieves' tools. Yep, okay.
Man, this would have helped me not fucking blow up. So I'm gonna slowly creak open the door. And if I feel any resistance pushing back on it, I'm gonna let the door close.
This main lobby door?
Yeah.
Yeah, no resistance or anything.
So we're gonna slide through. The first thing Niren does is he's gonna wait for us to go through. He's gonna pull it shut and lock it, and then he's gonna fly and let Husker stand off to the side.
Do the same, flying as well.
Okay.
Do we see anywhere he might have gone?
There's one more door over here.
Does it look like lights coming out from underneath it?
Yes, there would be light coming out from underneath it.
Okay. I'm gonna listen through the door.
Putting your thieves' tools on it?
Yes.
There is someone in there. There is a creature in there. There. Just the sounds of quill on paper.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Van. Is this a door?
That is a... No, that won't be a door for this case. Because that would lead to the outside, and I don't really care for there being a door to the outside from that.
Oh, yeah, I figured. I was like, dang it. Oh.
I'm gonna whisper to Niren. Should we break something so he has to come out and maybe he'll leave the book?
We would need a good reason for something to be broken. I mean, if you want to go outside, throw a rock through the window, and then just hide and wait.
I want you both to make stealth checks for me again, as you're speaking to each other. Okay.
You'd get it at advantage, Lexi, by the way, because you're invisible, right?
Both of us are invisible, but it was just for the sound, so I don't know if that would give us advantage.
That's technically true. Yeah, it's not site based. It wasn't a site based one, but it's fine because we'll just go by the first rolls and it's still good.
Well, I only rolled one stealth for it, so.
I'm, I guess gonna go over. Or. And where's the window at?
Right there.
I'm gonna, I guess, unlock this door from the inside. And then head out. I'll grab a rock.
Niren's gonna go over, shut the door, and lock it. And then
Actually, before I leave, would there have been a paper in this on the inside?
Yeah,
pen and quill somewhere.
Yeah, plenty of paper.
I'll grab pen and quill, and I'll wrap. I'll write "fuck your taxes" on a paper, and then wrap the paper around the rock, and then I'm gonna throw it in through the window.
I get ready for the crash, and I pick the lock at the same time as I hear the crash.
Okay, so, Husker, your invisibility drops.
I'm gonna use my ring. I got 3 charges. I do it again. I'm invisible again.
Okay. All right. Give me a check to pick the door. There's now yelling, small gnomish yelling coming from the room.
21.
21. The door lock pops open.
I fly in.
As you push the door open, a stack of books that were leaning against the door fall over.
I instantly start flying and rush for the book on the table.
There is a pile of books, around about, I want to say 40 or so books on the table that seem to have been pushed over and scattered everywhere, and you don't currently see the gnome. You hear him, but you don't see him.
Fuck. I'm gonna stay invisible and fly up towards the ceiling.
All right.
And act like whoever it was got deterred by the books.
Husker. Let me go look at the town map real quick. I just want to see the proximity to something. Yeah. There is a guard tower directly behind the town hall. So, due to the loud crash of glass, the bell in that tower starts to go off. Who all signed up for guard duty?
Clank.
Niren and Husker both did.
Oh.
Clank. There's an emergency on the town hall side of town.
Yeah, no, Clank's getting his ass.
Nope, the bell starts ringing and the doom music kicks in as Clank's garage opens.
Damn it, I don't have my voice box set up. Hold on, let me fix it. This is important. I need a business day.
It's just fucking red lights and sirens.
Remembers that he has the pocket watch of haste.
This is quickly turning into a tied up.
Would I have met Clank when we signed up? Would have been introduced to each other?
You would have seen a big ass robot.
Sure, we would have.
That's for you guys to decide.
Jesus Christ.
This is quickly turning into a tied up ULAG situation.
It really is. It really fucking is. Oh no, Eve, the voice changer.
It's on for a reason, Vinny.
Yep, that was the wrong voice. If we really wanted to use it, if I really want to use the right voice, I gotta switch to it.
They threw a rock through the window. There's a guard tower right behind the town hall. Clank is on his way.
Visible to find out our book. Huskers flying outside.
So Niran, what are you doing as you look down on the room below?
Looking for movement.
How long do you wait? Like, how long do you look before you do something? Seconds wise.
How long before I start looking or before I give up?
Yeah, like before your next move per se. Like, how long do you give before you go, okay, nothing's moving, I'm gonna do something?
A good long while. He's a trained assassin. He's a trained assassin. He would know, like, hey, get patience, and plus if he moves now, someone's gonna find him because he can hear the guard tower. I also have that.
Yeah, we passed one of those.
Okay. Through your owl hearing, you know he's under the table.
Ah.
Like, you hear him. He's currently whimpering, probably while rocking back and forth.
So if that's the case, he was waiting for movement to see if he was invisible and knocked something over. If he can hear him whimpering, I'm gonna go retrieve the book under the table.
So you land on the floor. You see him currently holding his knees to his chest, but no book.
Can I peek up onto the table?
Around 40 or so books are on the table, all piled up.
Is there an open book?
No.
There's a book with paper sticking out of it.
A few.
Can I grab those?
There's also several bookshelves in this room. Sure. Eve's deaf and muted, but I'm pretty sure Clank has a pretty fast movement speed.
Eve, how fast
Hey, what's
is
Clank's
Clank?
movement speed when dashing?
Without rage, 60.
60.
Normal.
And you'd be staying in. You're here by now, probably. You just. So Clank, you arrive at the town hall. You see the window is busted in to one of the side offices.
I would try to, like, if we met and actually introduced ourselves as fellow guards, I would stop and talk to Clank.
You're currently invisible.
I would have. What I'm saying is, like, the bell thing went off.
Mm-hmm.
I would have tried to meet him if I knew, like, hey, guard's coming.
Okay, so did you put your invisibility back up or not after you threw the rock?
After I threw the rock, yes, I did. But I would move over and drop it. I wouldn't do it in front of the window though.
Okay. So you don't know what direction he's coming initially. So you could meet him kind of near the town hall.
He knows what direction Clank is coming from. The entire
not initially. Upon getting a bit closer.
The second Clank takes his first step in the direction of the town, everyone's like, we know where he's coming from.
And I could literally just wait, but front door.
Yeah. Yeah. You can meet him so there's someone. I don't know what the current relationship between you two is, but Clank, there is someone that signed up to be one of the guards currently there at the door.
I've hidden the books inside my cloak, by the way, so they are also invisible.
Okay.
Okay. Let me move this to the other screen so I can flip this on and off.
Shit, does Clank have magic sight? Fuck.
Not that you know of.
So when Clanks gets here, I'm gonna ask, pull him aside away. Like if there's no one else here or coming, I'm gonna
There's
pull him
probably other guards coming.
aside.
The alarm is reading out through town.
For right now, it's just me and him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the
I'm
gnome
going to
see if he
explain
makes
to
a move at
Clank.
all.
I'm just gonna tell him the truth. What's going on? Like, hey, we're doing this to lower taxes. I don't think it's fair that we all have to pay all this. We just want to see the notes.
Clank looks you dead in the eyes and says,
What are taxes?
People across the sea want your money for no reason because you live over here.
And that requires the destruction of public property?
I'll pay for the window myself.
Is anyone else here?
Yeah, you can just on demand.
Niren?
I go in this direction.
Who also signed up for the fucking town guard duty.
So Niren can either be that could either be taken as Niren was first on scene, or Niren's a part of breaking in.
It's the second one. You know it's the
Does
second
Clank,
one.
but does Clank know this?
Clank knows.
But does Clank know?
Yes.
Clank's not
Yeah,
that stupid.
it's Clank. He's Clank.
I think I have average intelligence. Hold on, I have his sheet open. I have average intelligence. I have a 10.
Clank, you are a machine built to uphold the law.
Yeah. I am the law.
I mean, I'm just gonna see how this plays out.
Oh no.
Clank's gonna ask you,
What all did you do while you were here?
I'll just let him know. The only thing that was damaged was the window. We went through a couple of doors. Didn't break anything. Walked around.
Van, is this gnome doing anything?
I forgot I was muted. As you're taking the books and making that amount of noise, even though it's slight, and you're putting the books away, this chair at the very front kicks out, and the little gnome leaps out the broken window while screaming. Help! Help! I'm being assaulted! Assassins! Thieves! And he'll see Clank and Husker. Gods! Gods, help! Help! They're hidden to the eye! They're invisible!
Van, is there anything that looks like his fucking book laying anywhere?
Give me an investigation check. Oh no, you're saying no. It would be perception if you're just trying to like scan the room for it. So perception.
No, I'll land and try to do an actual investigation. I'm trying not to move too much stuff, but I'm trying to.
Okay, this will take some time to search the room. If you're searching the whole room.
Not the whole room, just the 40 or so books that are on the desk.
Okay. Investigation check on the desk. You find 2 books that could be the proper book. You never got a decent. You have dark vision, which means you don't see in color. So you've no idea what color the book was.
But he wasn't here.
Nor he was.
Did he not light any lights?
You said the light was on.
Yeah, but it was on, but you never saw the book prior to being in here. Is what I'm saying.
That's fine. That's fine. I take the 2 books that could be it, and they go into the cloak.
And you never saw the covers because how he was holding it to himself.
Yep, that's okay.
More guards start to show up. The 2 knights are next to show up.
Can I fly through the window without moving the glass?
See if there's a brick. Heavy.
Without bumping into anyone?
Not with your wings open.
Fuck. Can I?
No.
Can I bonus action dash and torpedo myself through the?
Well, here's the thing: searching through all those books takes time. So give me a second. The 2 knights show up and they go, Everin, calm down. What's happening? Intruders! They're robbing the town hall. They're in there. They're invisible to the eye. And Elizabeth, the female knight, takes her spear, and you watch as she darts over to the broken glass window, and she'll step in with the spear out.
You're not talking through your mic.
Upon seeing her, I fly up and flatten against the ceiling.
Stealth check.
Oh, fuck.
It would be an advantage because you're invisible, right?
And you have
Right?
the silent wings.
And silent wings.
And I have silent wings.
Would there be +1 for the silent wings?
Well, silent wings helps with sound, invisibility helps with vision.
Yeah, and I
It's
can't
kind of
remember if
two
the silent
separate
wings gives you
self-checks.
proficiency in stealth or advantage in stealth. Can't remember.
It's advantage.
No.
It's advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage.
So would it
it's
be advantage
on
plus
stealth
1?
checks that rely on sound.
So it would be 19.
Okay.
Actually, it's just you. No, oh no, that's nimble flight. Where's my silent feathers? Hold on. Nope, it's just proficiency.
Oh, is it just proficiency?
It's just proficiency. So I just took the advantage for invisibility.
So it's 18. So it's still good. She steps in and goes, now we can do this calm way, and you can turn yourself in. We can have a chat. And you watch as she steps forward and she taps the tip of her spear on the very edge of one of the metal lanterns, and it gives this harsh ring as it starts to glow a faint blue. And she'll just start to move the tip of the spear around the room. You hear, you also see Riverwind also come around and into the room. Any signs? I'm checking for anything hidden. Riverwind, Clank, block this exit. Huska,
Clank will move to the exit.
run the perimeter. Check any of the other doors. Make sure they don't escape.
I'm gonna go in through here, and then I'll say I'll cover the other door.
Huska, run a perimeter.
What do you mean?
Like, check the outside. Set up see if there were any other areas that they would have escaped through.
So they want me to circle the building.
They want
Basically.
you to circle the building, yeah.
Enemies I can punch.
Guess I'll do that.
Let me move my boy.
I'm hiding over.
Sorry, stream, you lost a second there. I'm glad you guys realized that that Wayne was cheating on the audio.
Yeah.
Niren, are you doing anything?
Can I move across the ceiling over?
Like
Over her
Spider-Man.
Huh?
Like Spider-Man.
I want to kind of
you're gonna
move
move over top her?
around. No, I kind of want to move around her.
Okay.
So, like, she's checked this area and is swinging back towards the other. I want to follow the area she's already checked and move around her.
As you draw a bit closer to her, because you're trying to move around her, you have to leave that corner. The tip of that spear grows a little bit brighter, and she stops. And she turns it, and she does like a circle with it. And once it gets to your direction, it grows a bit brighter. A Riverwind moves and he closes this door.
The door was... Oh, I forgot the door was open. I didn't open it that much, so I should have just went through it. I forgot it was open! Van, what are the chances of me making it out of this window?
Clank's body is currently blocking that window.
Clank, what are the odds that I smack into your back and say, "Hey, buddy, can you let me through?"
About the odds of hitting a gong and everyone realizing, hey, someone's trying to get the robot to move.
I wasn't gonna smack your back that hard.
By the way, I would have
Big
dashed
metal
and
boy.
quickly went around the perimeter as fast as I could to try to get back here. I don't know how long that would take.
Husker busts down the door like, "How's it going? How's the investigation going?" Leaving the door wide open.
Pretty much.
They get to the section of room you are, and then she starts to trail it up. And eventually it pokes into your stomach as it grows really bright. Please, I don't want things to get messy.
Niren will... Niren will sigh. And can I control when the invisibility gets dropped?
Yeah.
Niren will drop the invisibility.
There is a deep sigh from Elizabeth, and it's not one of relief, it is one of disappointment.
Niren's heart, as every time he's either been caught or failed one of his missions, he can hear his heartbeat in his ears and he can feel it in the back of his throat.
Niren, why?
I wish to do my own inspection of this man's taxes.
Niren, there are legal ways of going about doing this.
How long would your legal ways take?
Longer than assault and property damage.
And he'll look at her with like deadpan, I am not fucking around with you, and he'll say, I didn't assault the man. He jumped through the window himself and screamed. I broke the window, flew in, tried to grab his books, and I hid in the corner.
Niren, that kind of sounds like assault.
No, that sounds like property damage.
He didn't
Assault
get hurt?
involves inflicting
Niren-
harm on another being.
What about the broken glass? What if that had harmed him? What about the
Then the
rock
man
flung
should-
through the window? What if that had hit him?
The rock was not thrown hard enough to make it to the table. I think I know how to throw something, and he'll disarm himself by dropping his, setting his punch dagger down on the table and setting down his dirk. I think I know how hard to throw things as to not make them fly so far as to lose
Now,
them.
Niren, to put this into this is Riverwind speaking up. To put this in perspective, Niren, a lot of people in town have issues with the way things are run. It's not perfect here. But what do you think things would be like if you had an issue with something that you broke into town hall and attempted to steal documents and
I understand there was a fault in the way that I was going about things, but the way I see it is either I could try and figure this out for myself now, or I could let tensions build until you had 50 people storming your town hall, and none of them looking to just cause property damage.
Niren, you make this very hard. We have to make an example of it. You know that, correct?
I understand.
Who was with you?
It was just me.
Roll deception.
I told you I was outside. I threw the rock. I flew in. I don't know why I'd have advantage, so it's either 18 or 24. Let me see if I'd have anything give me advantage, but I doubt it.
I am.
Either way, 18's still a pretty high roll.
I'm really mad that it's weird.
Listen. And then river roll. Oh, you get to actually roll. Okay, on river roll. If you entered from the window, why was this door open? And why was it priorly barricaded? You point to the
I
books
attempted
that
to
were put
open
in
it
front of
when the alarm bell started going off after I thought I had grabbed the books. Upon hearing Clank's footsteps and what I'm assuming is Husker's voice outside, if my ears do not deceive me, I flew up into the corner.
Clank, were you first to arrive?
Oscar was here when I got here.
Niren, would you like to come clean?
I've come as clean as I wish to in the presence of innocent ears, and he'll smile at Elizabeth.
Niren, your nose twitches when you lie. I hope you know that.
Well, until you can prove otherwise that I am lying, through some substantial evidence, I'd like to be taken in downtown. I will leave my books and my weapons in your care.
They aren't your books, Niren.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the it's mine, I found it doesn't count here. Sorry, I leave my weapons in your care. And he'll smile.
And they will cuff you. Niren, I hate these things. River, in the morning, see if we can't get Ophelia or Pelican. I believe they have a spell that highlight the truth.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I can already think of some stuff. We're okay.
And they will march you out of the building.
Niran will just point his nose up to the sky and follow them out without resisting.
Don't integrate. Who?
Riverwall will turn. Clank, what was your assessment of the situation here?
Originally seemed like the act of displeased citizens, but appears to have been breaking and entering.
Citizens plural.
I'm not entirely sure.
Roll deception.
Oh boy, Clank with deception.
Out comes Clank with like a 30 in deception.
No,
This whole time, Clank was never actually.
That's not a 30.
That's a 5.
This
So,
whole time that Clank was not actually a robot. He
here's
was
the
just a
funny thing.
hamster driving a robot.
Here's the funny thing. I also rolled a 5 before modifier. Before the modifier, so it's a +2. So it's 7.
So was that on Dean's sheet though, or was that?
No,
Clank?
No, he's just set to Dane on in the as section.
Yeah, in the ad.
Jigna.
I don't think I have anything for this.
I mean, can they read your face?
No.
He still
I
has
don't have
emotion in
facial
his.
features.
Still has emotion in the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, can you come up with another lie to justify this lie?
Riverwall will look to you. Clank. I'm taken aback, but I want to trust you, Clank. And I realize these may be your friends or compatriots, allies. But they still must follow the law. Was there anyone else involved in this, Clank?
I just know Husker was here by the time I arrived.
Husker? Anything to say for yourself?
I heard the guard tower and came over. As well as the noise.
What did... First off, roll me a deception check.
Damn.
Okay. What did the note on the rock say?
I didn't know there was a note on a rock.
Deception. Check. I have to roll. Oh. Okay. I rolled a natural 20 for a total of 22. I gotta roll for the other one. Total 12. So this won't be Riverroll, but it will be Elizabeth. I don't quite believe that. There was some hesitancy there. Husker, would you mind turning around? Just as a precaution.
Husker would oblige.
And she grabs you and she'll put you into manacles.
Jeez, take me to dinner first.
Damn.
So, listen, some really good deception rolls on you guys' part. Some really good insight checks on my part.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I
Vinny,
told you, save your money for when you need to bail us out.
I love how Frey's been involved in both clusterfucks.
Oh yeah. The first time he was directly involved. This time he was like halfway involved. He wasn't there when it happened, but he did cause it.
Thankfully, you had no role to play in the glass blower fiasco.
Oh God! Thank God.
Was the rock actually thrown through the window of that room, or was it a different window?
No,
it was thrown through that window. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what broke the window in the first place. I'm really sad I didn't catch deals on the rock, on the note on the rock thing. I was ready for it, and I think Deals was too. There was a long pause though. I didn't know anything about a note on a rock. Did I almost get you, Deals?
Almost, yeah.
Okay, good to know. Sad for me, because that would have been really funny. But no, you two are marched directly into the town hall, where there's a small cell for both of you to be put in.
That's ridiculous. That's so fucking ridiculous.
At least you didn't have to go far.
Can I at least get a pillow for in here? I'm quite tired.
They take your armor, they take your cloaks, they take your any items on you.
Are you sure you want to take this cloak? I'm naked underneath.
Elizabeth is going to look at both and go, I hate doing this. Do I have to do a cavity check on either of you?
I mean, I can check his and he can check mine and we'll report to you the gory details.
I feel like you would both enjoy that far too much for anyone's comfort.
Only if you watch, honey.
I turn around and bend over for her.
No, your response should have been, I'll prepare my butthole.
If you feel a ring in there, leave it. That's his protection ring. It's for purity.
That's probably on his finger right now.
I hate this entire thing.
It's the ring of regeneration.
Stop. Stop.
It's a ring of enlarge reduce.
I hate it.
So, do you two, unless you try to escape in the middle of the night, or in the middle of the day at this point, because it's getting to early morning hours, you spend the night in jail. Frey, you wake up the next morning to some news.
Uh-huh.
How does Frey react to that?
Frey goes, what the fuck? And then, like, puts his head in his hands like, oh god. He'd react the same way. I mean, I guess it would be a little different. Because I was about to say he'd react the same way he reacted to Fred, and I was like, never mind, that's wrong. Because with Fred, he'd go, I guess that makes sense. With these two, he's like, fucking not. Oh no. He looks upset and disappointed. But he'd go check on him.
Yeah, you pay him a visit while you're at work.
Oh yeah.
Say my throat hurts. Will you please bring in a quill and paper if you're gonna talk to me?
Why does your throat hurt? What were you doing?
Don't ask
last
questions.
night?
Don't ask questions.
River was sitting right outside the door. I had to listen to it. Don't ask questions.
Aaron and Husker just
God.
throwing themselves against the bars, screaming.
Ray gets a
That's
very
what was happening.
concerned look on his face. And
Prison
he's
cell,
gonna-
closet, prison cell, closet. The same thing.
He's gonna look at Riverroll and go,
Come out with your hands up.
How
I'm
much
gay.
trouble did they cause you?
Well, a decent amount. There's a very angry political individual within this building right now. There's a window that needs to be fixed. There's 2 people to put on trial for attempted assault and property damage, and there's 2 individuals to ban from working as God. They're the same individuals if you didn't put it together.
Niren's gonna shout from the other side of the door. They have nothing on they think Husker's involved because we hang out all the time, and honestly, I'm quite offended.
Ray fucking face palms.
I mean, if they can find evidence, sure, but right now they just assumed he was involved because he was the first to respond, and he's new to this town.
We've already sent word for either Ophelia or Pelicant. They can both cast Zone of Truth. If you are innocent, the magic will show, and I will personally apologize and walk you home myself, even buy you a beer at the tap.
Ray looks at Niren and Husker. Like, he turns completely away from Earl, looks at Niren and Husker, and gets this, like, sad look on his face. He can't say anything.
Niren just places a finger against his lips. He goes, honestly, Frey, my voice does quite hurt. Can you please bring in a quill and paper so I can tell you exactly what happened?
He'll look at Riverold and go, is it alright if I give them pen and paper?
I mean, you can just give me paper and ink. I can pull out one of my feathers.
He looks at Riverold.
By all means.
Frey will go to his office, get a piece of paper and a thing of ink, and he'll come back.
Niren will pluck one of his feathers because he didn't bring a pen.
You said you could pluck a pen. You could pluck a feather.
Doesn't mean you just opt for the choice that causes him pain.
Oh, then he'd bring a pen. He'd bring a pen.
Niren writes down, no evidence on Husker. Not gonna speak Common or Sylvan. They only caught me. Didn't get the book. They caught me. Eat this paper.
Frey.
To Pim proud.
Frey looks at fucking Niren, hands Niren another piece of paper, and then eats the current paper. He's saying put something so he could show the guard.
Niren would write down that he was frustrated by the amount of taxes they were having to pay upon having just arrived back from the Feywild, wanted to see what they were exactly being charged for, had overheard Frey and the other officials speaking about how it was all written down in his book, so he made a plan to break in. He broke the window, found that the man had barricaded himself inside the room, tried to steal the book, knocked over the stack of books trying to escape, and by the time he heard Husker's voice and Clank's footsteps, and it was too late. And he'll hand that over to Frey. Husker, and as for Husker, Niren turns towards him and leans in and whispers in Sylvan Thieves' can't, solo that even Frey would probably have a hard time hearing. I was a criminal in Mithridane. I can be a criminal here. You be on the guard so we know they are acting fairly.
Frey, as you choke down that first piece of paper, which is a very uncomfortable experience, as you are not part goat like a certain Pym, you exit the door, only for River to hold out his hand for your piece of paper. Oh, Vinny muted. River would.
Oh, sorry. He hands the paper over. He's also eaten paper before. It was at his house.
Still not very pleasant.
Yeah, it's not pleasant, but he handed the who's gonna hand the paper over anyway?
I will say, you head out. Frey is heading out to his portal as a very confused Ophelia steps in.
Ophelia would walk over to the prison bars, look at Niran and Husker, and go, "Why are you two here? What is this about? What is happening?"
You're walked in by Elizabeth, and she goes, "They're both. Well, one is suspect of committing a crime. One is reasonably guilty of committing a crime, and we're just going to get the facts."
Niran will look at Ophelia and he'll speak to her, and he'll speak just to her, ignoring Elizabeth completely. And he says, "I acted stupidly, and they're blaming Husker. You can Zone of Truth me, but I've already told them everything in English that they needed to hear, so I think I'm going to switch up the languages if that's okay with you, Ophelia, and I apologize for wasting your time."
Ophelia looks to Elizabeth.
Could you please cast Zone of Truth for us?
Ophelia will nod, and then before casting it, she'll look to Niran and go, "It's not that I do not believe you, but I must fulfill my role here. I do apologize." And she'll cast Zone of Truth. Pretty sure it's a charisma roll. Let me double check.
And you know if they fail.
And I
Or
know if they fail.
You know if they succeed, technically. Yeah. But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Niran chooses to fail.
Niran chooses to fail. All right.
Let me. Where the fuck is it in my spells? I had to open up my sheet. Zone of Truth. It is charisma saving throw. Yeah.
What's the DC?
My DC is 14.
So Husker passes in Niran. So you would know that. And results.
Ophelia will look to Elizabeth and tell her the truth that Husker failed. Or Husker passed, I guess, and Niran failed.
If you aren't hiding anything, Mr. Husker, it would be more truthful to there's nothing to hide. Fail, but Mr. Niran, did you act alone last night?
You're speaking Grung.
Niran is only speaking in Grung.
Alright, I gotta end stream, guys.
Yeah. Give me just a second. She will reach into a side pouch and she'll squeeze something. I will ask one more time. Were you aided in your attack last night?
Can I perception check what she just did?
Sure, roll perception. Something with your magic sight, there is something magical happened in that pouch.
Niran's gonna cross his arms over his chest and speak out in common. There's nothing more I wish to say.
Niran, you could easily prove Husker's difficulty just by easily prove Husker's innocence by simply answering the question.
I am offended you're asking.
I'm sorry, I am offended that you attacked Town Hall.
I'm sure it's fine for you to be offended.
Sir, there's a difficult situation happening, and then I will be in call. It's in D&D. We're almost done.
Niren, please, if you do not answer the question, we will just continue this interrogation multiple days. Or you could just simply end it now. Did you act alone?
I was the only one grabbing the books.
That is not my question. Did you act alone last night?
I acted on what I believe is quite a many of citizens' beliefs and what should be allowed and not allowed. And
Niren, you avoiding my question is as much proves you as much guilty as not.
I have no
answer.
question on whether or not I am guilty.
Yes, but the fact that you're avoiding it means there wasn't.
The fact that I am avoiding it means I do not wish to bring other people, and yes, people plural, down with me for something I had decided to do on my own, and they were merely suggesting.
That would be a lie, because you did not do it on. Could not say that.
What would be a lie?
You said, "Oh, because things I decided to do on my own," which you did not decide to do this on.
He had decided on his own to do it. On my own accord, for things that I was willing to go down for myself. But I do not wish to bring any other names down with me. The fact is, I was in the room. I was stealing the books. I wish to go down for my crime myself.
Well, we'll speak again tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And we will end session there, as they're just going to keep interrogating you for a while, Niren. Eventually, both of you will fail to save, but outside of game, avoiding the question entirely makes you look super guilty.
No, that's okay. It's just
Yeah. Like, my thing is,
I wasn't trying to avoid the question. Yeah. I'm saying there are other people who would have acted with me.
Well, the thing is you could say there were multiple people in that building. Like, there were, because multiple people means at least two, and that's you and the motherfucker with the book.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That did you act alone implies that they were not acting with Niren. They were on the other side of the action.
Mm.
I mean, an act of crime requires a victim.
Yep.
Who was the victim? The window?
Yeah. No, the motherfucker.
The window and the man.
Fucking window.
Or the gnome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed session. A bit shorter this week.
I wanted to go to the fucking mines.
So did I.
It gives me more time. It's fine. It's good for me because the map borked itself that I had made a while ago, and it deleted itself off Roll20, and all of the fucking dynamic lighting work that took like an hour I put into it a while ago was gone. So I'm like, shit. So I'll try to get that fixed for next week. But this was also really funny because it's another clusterfuck within town.
That Frey was a part of.
Yeah, Frey, you're of the total number of clusterfucks, you've technically caused two of three of them.
Yeah.
It's sad that that Mirif has not caused more.
Yeah.
I don't think Nuren's technically caused anything else but this one.
Is this true?
It's true.
Frey caused the ULAG fiasco and the courthouse fiasco.
See, I don't care if I get caught. The biggest thing is, like, I really
so
want Frey to be mayor. And if there's an election coming up, there's a huge smear possibility
hold on
over this.
Hold on. Are we tying up ULAG and throwing him out the window again?
No.
I mean,
no, the fucking tax arbiter threw himself out the window.
Same shenanigan, same level of shenaniganery.
Oh,
of
really? Oh, wow.
There was some second-rate shaboingery going
Wayne,
on.
both Niran and Husker got arrested.
Oh, beautiful. That's exactly what I love to see.
Man,
Alrighty.
I wanted to go to the fucking mine. I was gonna bring Amlin along for Weibowie and get to play the fish and give the fish some love.
Ninja, did you want to group crawl Warframe as I end stream here?
You'll still get to do that.